Okay, let's see what we got here. Let's see what's happening. Not sure yet. I gotta check all things live. Just gotta check, see if the stream is up. I have to check to see if the stream is up. March 11th, yes. Yes, okay, everything's lined up. Oh, okay, it looks like the doors are open, folks. Doors are open. Okay, so hold on. I need to catch up with you guys. Hi, hello, hello. Uh-oh, what happened? Oops, I pressed the wrong button. Okay, I'll start that again. Okay, here we are. Here we go. 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 Done. Okay, so we're live. We are live. Correct. Thank you very much. Let me just see who's around. Let's just see who's here. Okay. Hi Delia. Hi Somewhere in Time. Hi Precious. Hello Precious. To welcome in the day. Arias. The sun's rays before my eyes. Okay, hold on. I know you're gonna get one. Chanting the word, the sounds of the universe, I all will be heard. Resonate inside us, love is the word. Okay, Tuni, Yara. I'm just pulling a couple names here that I know I'm going to give readings to right very early on, okay? Okay, I know it's totally biased. I know there's no logic. Happy go, hey happy go, hey happy go. Johnny. And Mr. Harrison is here. Mr. Harrison. Oh my God, Mr. Harrison. Happy go. Happy go. The universe by all maker. Susan, first time listener. Johnny. Hold on, I'm getting carried away. I don't normally jump in this fast. I just automatically, I don't know what I'm doing, people. Normally we chat and hang around before we start pulling names. What am I doing? Anyway, Rodarius, is too late. You're going to get a reading. Yara, you're going to get a reading. And Happy Go, you're going to get a reading at some point tonight. Now, you know, I can only handle a few readings per show. And there's absolutely no logic. Ferdinand from Philly. Yay. Welcome, Ferdinand from Philly. And Ms. Caroline Kavanaugh. Yes, you know that the clocks have changed time. This is the spring forward, whatever they call it. Feeling vibrations. Oh, would love a card. Like one card readings? Okay, maybe we'll do that. One card readings? It's an idea. You know, I can get pretty trippy here. Things can get very, very trancy. And when I get into doing the readings, you know, it's like I don't hardly exist anymore. I'm just like this blob, and just stuff comes out of my mouth. I know. Foxy lady. So you're in Las Vegas, I guess. Okay. Okay, cool. Ivona, hey. No, Ivona, you're not late. Everybody's early. It's just everybody's early. You're not late. Oh, a couple of things. So hold on. Stay there. Give me a moment. I want to get a refill of my decaf. You know, I get kind of worked up and I can't take any stimulants or anything like that. So even my coffee, it's decaf. I'll be right back. Stay there. Okay, I'm back. And the show goes on, people. And the show goes on. Johnny from Down Under. Aussie. We got an Aussie chick here tonight. Okay, so we got an Aussie lassie from here tonight, Chinese. Now, it's a little bit... let's have a look. Hold on, stay there. I know some of you are like checking in, just saying hi to each other. That's good. They're really encouraging that on the channel here. I love how you guys hang out. We're going to talk about that in a minute. RLQ, hello RLQ. Yay, Alsun's here. Good evening. Hi, Alsun. Good to see you, man. Always good to see you. Janie, blessings to all, yes. Happy-go-lucky's going to share it all around town. Janie's from Down Under. I got to make some notes here. Hey, Primary. Good evening, Primary. Good to see you. I know things have been tough for a lot of people, but yeah. But all will be heard, resonate inside us. Love is the word. You got that, right? Now, Canberra. What are all these Aussies? Canberra, that's down in Australia. Hold on. We might have to go back to that old school thing of doing, you know, lists and names for everybody. Wait a minute. I like to know that. Gracie's from... God, I can't even write. Grace is from Canberra. That's Australia. And Jenny, you're an Aussie too. Aussie. So you're both Aussies. Welcome. Welcome. Yay. Welcome. Thank you from us to Australia. Indigo from Melbourne. I had no idea. Melbourne. Wow. So we got a real crowd down under. Yay, thank you. Janie from Sydney. Wow. Wow, that's so cool. Yeah, Precious, we're going to do the one sign for all. We're going to do a big reading for all of us tonight, okay? Wow, that's all from AU. Big AU clan. That's the Terra Lumination Love Tribe, Australia. Oh, hold on. Oh, happy-go-lucky. Now I understand. Thank you. Hey, Liz. Hey, Liz. How's it going? How's it going? Yay. Healing vibrations right up through my soul. Wow, Canberra. I was going to write cranberry. Sydney, Melbourne. I love it. Thank you so much. Yay. I didn't know you could read the chat after the show. Is that possible? You got a tarot study buddy lesson session. Okay. See you soon, Liz. Okay. Don't you worry. Dave Sky. Yeah, I've seen. Hi, Dave. What's going on? Oh, it's a holiday. That's why the Aussie crowd's here. Okay, see you later, Liz. Don't worry. You can watch some of the replays later. So cool, very, very cool. La Fuerza, Susan Meme. Hi, Dave. Oregon, we got Oregon. Love is the word. Okay, anyway. Love is the word. Yeah. Love is the word. Leo from New York. Somewhere in time, Leo from New York. New York. Love from New York. Scorpio, Santa Fe, baby. Santa Fe. Okay. I'm going to shut the music down for a while. Hi, Nora. Good evening. Hi, Tina. I think I said hi to Tina already, didn't I? Hi. Yay. So let's gonna cue up the next song. So give me a moment here. I'm just getting everything organized. Char W. Las Vegas, and more from Las Vegas. What's going on with Las Vegas tonight, people? Ontario, yeah. La Fuerza, Ontario. That's like Toronto, basically, isn't it? Jenny, hello, Jenny. I know a Jenny from, like, I think Philadelphia. Hi, Ivona. Yeah. Mariah from New York. Wanda Pearson. Wanda. Wanda's from Wonderland. Wanda from Wonderland. Yay. Huh. Aries from Iowa. Susan Ming. Delia from Iowa. I know Delia. I know who you are, and I'm not stalking you. It's okay. It's just in your imagination. We're all stalking each other, basically. That's what's going on here. All right, so a couple of things while you guys are all fresh and before we get all weirded out with the readings and everything. I wanted to bring something to your attention. A couple of things. Hey, Delia. Yeah, Wanda from Wonderland. Wanda Pearson from Queens. Okay, that's New York, right? So couple of things. We've been getting a lot of support here at Tarot Illumination, and a lot of, like, say, what I would call feedback. So here's the feedback, and I've figured out one of them. This is all to do with, like, you know, like the practicalities of who we are and what we do. Tarot Illumination is a year old now. We've been going for a whole year, and we've done 50 shows on Sunday. I think I missed 3. I think we did 49 shows now. And a lot of you have been here. Some of you have been here since the very beginning. But the thing is very clear. Let's say I got approached. By some very well-intended groups who would like to see Tarot Illumination grow much bigger. Okay, so that's very nice. And these are professional services that are out there. Apparently anybody can use them if you know what you're doing. And so I've been looking at them, and it's incredibly complicated. They make it sound like it's so easy. Like, oh, you just click this and do that and a bit of this, and all of a sudden you have 100,000 subscribers. Yay! Or 1 million subscribers. Yay! But the reality is it is an astronomical amount of work, huge amount of work, and I don't really know how to do it. It's hard enough here at Tarot Illumination just to do the content. I put a lot of time and energy just to do the little 12 playlist song, the 12 reports for the general and the 12 reports for the love and relationship, and the show on every Sunday night. Now, I know a lot of the tarot people and the astrology people, they're doing shows every day. They're doing reports every week. They're all sorts of stuff. It's just nonstop, nonstop. And that's great. My physical limitations will not permit me to be 60 hours a week broadcasting tarot elimination. So I'm trying to figure out how to grow gently. And a couple of really nice people have really been like throwing in some ideas. Number one, the big thing right now, I know this is it's Instagram. Okay. Mystery person out there who doesn't want to be identified, but I know who you are and you know who I am. You introduced me to this thing called Instagram. So I'm just letting you know there is a Tarot Illumination Instagram page now. I really don't know what to do with it, but apparently it's very important and you're supposed to have one. So there you go. And we'll figure out what to do with in time. The next thing, after I was approached by these, let's say, professional services, which is wonderful, some of it does involve professional fees. And you've probably figured out already that Tarot Illumination is more or less a charity operation. And there's not a lot of, let's say, loose change to go around to pay for some of these fees. So I'm trying to do everything that I can. Like everything here is homemade, put it that way. It's like a little tiny mom and pop store, and we haven't got to the growth phase or anything like that. But it's sort of, people are hinting at it. So one thing we did was Instagram, okay? And we'll figure it out as we go along. The next thing is Facebook. Okay, so people have been writing in about Facebook. TL, you got to do Facebook. And I keep thinking, why? I don't know. So I created a Facebook page for Tarot Illumination, and I don't know what to do with it. But apparently it's very cool and you're supposed to have one. The next thing that people were writing in about is, can we do a, I think what it, you told me, I should have made the notes earlier. It's called a closed group Facebook page. Now, I don't really know what that is. What's a Facebook page? What's a closed group Facebook page? I don't really know. But the whole idea was, she was suggesting that we create a closed group Facebook page just for the Tarot Lumination Love Tribe itself. Okay? Now, again, it sounds to me like it's a place for you guys. It's a special place. It's like creating a special little home where you guys who like to be friends and hang out together can still hang out together when we're not doing Sunday Night Live. Because I know a lot of you have made friends with each other across the world, which I think is really, really cool. But I just can't do shows 24/7. I have enough. Honestly, you know, I'd like to do more. I'd like to be one of those big power channels and have, you know, 24/7 Tarot Illumination, blah, 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 and we're going to do this, and the sun did that, and the Two of Wands this, and the Saturn is that, and Jupiter's doing that, and oh, God, oh, no, oh, no, oh, no. Sure. Yeah, I'd love to, but I have a little bit of a private life, and I have some limitations that regarding physical and time and things like that. So I like the idea of this closed group Facebook page, Tarot Illumination Love Tribe. So if you don't mind, what I'm going to do is I figured out how to create the Facebook page, but I don't know what to do with it. But I'm going to create a Facebook page called Tarot Illumination Love Tribe. And then we'll just figure out what to do with it from there if you're interested. Okay? So I don't know. So anyway, I'm trying to keep up. Basically, I'm trying to keep up with you guys. All I really have at the moment, I put all my energy into this tiny little channel, and I do like 25, 20, 24, like maybe 30 or 40 videos a month. Okay, that's not a lot apparently. So we got the Instagram page, and we're gonna like learn over time how to use that for, like, you know, little quickie things or whatever it is. We got the Terra Illumination Facebook page, but I don't really do anything with it. Sorry. But we can create a closed group Facebook page, or I don't know, if anybody out there is like a techie social media operator genius, and you want to get in touch with me, and you know how to like work this stuff, please feel free to write. You know how to reach me. You can go to terraillumination.com. You know, you can go here. You can go to terraillumination.com, and there's a connect page, and you can write. And if anybody wants to, I mean, I can do certain bits myself, but as far as operating and running all this stuff, that's a whole other thing. So I'm just putting that out there. I'm responding to a lot of your questions and a lot of your support and encouragement, and a lot of your ideas, and I really appreciate all that. And I just want to put that on record. We're recording it now. I was approached. I have not used any of these professional services because they look very complicated. We've got the Instagram page. There's a Facebook page, and I don't know how to do this closed group Facebook thing, but it would be really nice to call it Terra Illumination Love Tribe. Or maybe just turn the original Terra Illumination page into a closed group, if there's a way to do that. If anybody knows how to do all of this shit, all this stuff, please write to me and let me know, okay? It's just an idea. I'm just trying to keep up with you guys, okay? Really, the thing that I'm best at is content. Content, okay? And the private readings, and music and art and writing, okay? All of this stuff, all this social media marketing, I know it's very, very important, but I'm very, let's say, behind the times. Let's just put it like that. All right, so there you go. All right, people. So I kind of got that out there. The next thing. Oh, what was the next thing? Stay there. Don't go away. Hold on. The next thing. This is just routine stuff. I'm just pointing it out to you guys. Okay? We still have a raffle. And, oh, you know, I forgot to put it on the front page, but there is still a raffle going for private readings, okay? For a private reading. The raffle is still going, and I'll try to remember to put it this way, if anybody wants to get a private reading super cheap, the tickets are $3, okay? It's actually $4 with the service charge, something like that. But you go to the place and you buy a ticket, and if you're lucky, you win, and then you get a private reading, and we meet up. It's just like doing this, but it's private, it's in person, and we'll spend an hour or two working together, okay? So I'm trying to be, let me think, what else am I supposed to tell you? Yeah, the raffle, it's still going. It's very important. It's a super cheap way to win a private reading. And so thank you, Frittoli. I saw that. I see you. I see you. Thank you so much. Yeah, also, and if anybody wants to contribute and donate, there's the super chat button. And if somebody wants to absolutely guarantee a little reading tonight, you can throw big chunks of cash in the till if you want to. The idea is you're supposed to get a free mini reading, okay? I really like giving away little free mini readings to promote the channel and to promote the service. And if anybody wants a real full private one, then they can do that later. But this is just kind of for fun and hanging out, what we do here tonight. So it's very important. There is a raffle, and it's for a private reading. And I will remind myself to put the raffle on the front page of the channel for all the regulars and the subscribers. and all for the new people who haven't subscribed yet. So that way, the first time you arrive at the channel, you'll see the raffle. Okay, I'll just make sure I put a proper video for that. All right, and we'll just keep the raffle going until all the tickets are sold. Okay. Let's see what else. Well, Frittily, about cursing in the videos, what happened? I don't know why people were picking on Tarot Illumination, but last year the channel was getting really attacked. There were about over the year there were about 20 different people who were deliberately attacking the channel, and the common theme between most of them was that Tarot Illumination had been possessed by the devil, and that Tarot Illumination had found a way to make the channel so like this invisible message for the devil, and that it was all wrapped up in tarot, and it's very loving and it's very, very healing. And the whole thing about Tarot Illumination is the healing power of love. And we got this little book coming, but it's almost like, because what we do here at Tarot Illumination, yeah, sure, it's tarot, but the tarot is really just a portal. It just allows for the love and the healing to flow. And that's what we do here. We share the love and the healing. You bring your love, healing to the channel. I bring my love and healing to you guys. And it turns into those particle accelerators thing, like the Hebron thingy over in Switzerland. So when this energy started coming into the channel and I started showing people about the little book I'm writing, it's called Love and Healing, a little book about the healing power of love. A lot of people, not a lot, but about 20 different people started attacking the channel, saying this was a portal for the devil. And the devil was made to look very nice and appealing and attractive to seduce all the suckers and the fools and the idiots who were going to be eaten up by the devil, and their souls would be demonized. I mean, that's the sort of weird stuff that happened here. And every video was shut down. Everything was being reported for abuse. They were doing everything they could to shut down this channel. But I kept going, and I kept fighting. And I had to clean up my own language. So I don't really use a lot of bad words anymore, because I'm terrified that the channel will attract more problems from the community guidelines. So I try to keep it really clear here, because I know kids watch it. I know, Precious, you've got some kids, and I know sometimes you like to have your little kids with you. And tarot is perfectly good for kids, but mostly kids are just, not tuned into these energies yet, because they're still too young for this stuff. But I know it happens. I've had quite a few readings with very young clients, so that's cool. But anyway, this channel is public. It's for everybody. All right. Yeah, serious professional haters, really serious professional haters. I mean, it was terrifying. Their energy, I can feel energy because I've worked as a medium, and I know what it's like when that toxic negative energy arrives. It's absolutely terrifying. You do not want to mess with that. You have to put up very powerful psychic blocks. You have to bring in your guardian angels, and you have to pray for protection, and you have to deliberately surround yourself with very, very powerful light fields. Because the thing is, the more powerful the light field, the more of the negative attraction for the people who don't want that light to happen. There are people who do not want light. They don't want love and healing to flow in this world. They want the energy to come down to their level so that they don't have to evolve to our level. Okay, does that make sense? So that's what we're fighting here at Tarot Illumination. Okay, now, let's just do this. Let's get on with the big reading. Let's just do the big one for everybody. Okay, so let's put all this stuff over here. How are we going to do this? I'm going to have to move all of this away for now, and we're going to do a full-on reading for everybody tonight. All right, so hang out there. Okay, you can see my deck. It's really beaten up. I've done thousands of readings on this little deck, and I love this little deck. It's very clean, it's very clear, it's very, very pure. The box is trashed, but it still reads very well. And eventually, we're going to get another deck. But for now, this is all we've got. All right, people? So bear with me. Cheers. Things are going to get a little trancy now because Tarot Illumination is going to go into, let's see if I need to put that up there at least a little bit. Things get a little trancy when I go and do readings. When we're in private readings, I explain that to people. And when I do the reports on the channel, I try to get myself in the zone before we press the record button. But the reality is I'm going to be going a little bit trippy. Okay, so I just want you to know. So just sit back and enjoy. Pick your nose, polish your nails, fluff your hair, scratch your armpits, do whatever you have to do. Get up, move around, go get a refill on your cocoa, reset your clocks. Make sure you've got all your clocks in your house reset, okay? Do all of that. Put your slippers on if you have to. I know it's starting to get chilly down south in the southern hemisphere. And for all you Aussie people and south of the equator people. So, yeah, well, please allow for that. And hey, Giggle, good evening. Okay. So, yeah, it's going to get a little weird and trippy here. Please allow for that. And I don't want to see this here. I need the space. I need all the room. No, I can't. I need to see the borders. Okay, so let's leave it like that. Okay, so this is for everybody. This is for the Tarot Illumination Love Tribe itself, okay? And I consider myself part of that, okay? So this is just as much for me as it is for you guys, okay? So this will take a little while, and it's going to be a big reading, a long reading. So just chill, kick back, relax. Cards were already well shuffled in advance in the box, but I like to go live to the last second so that you guys are a witness. We're going to use the Journey of the Heart spread because it's the one I created a while ago that makes me feel most close to you as individuals and most connected to heaven as an individual myself. And it allows for a high degree of, let's say, transmission of the healing power of love. Okay? Actually, this is too big. This is distracting me. Give me a second here. Give me a second. I'm going to put this little thing up at the top corner for reference so that you guys know where you are if we get lost, okay? All right. Okay, we're ready to go. Thank you, people. Thank you, people. And we'll come back and we'll do some fun personal free mini readings in a little while, okay? All right. And maybe we'll sing and dance a bit later. Okay. Because singing and dancing and yelling and jumping around and screaming is very good for you. Okay, cards are shuffled. We're going to cut it, and then we're going to spread it, and then we're going to read it. Okay? Here we go. Here we go. Okay, this is us at the heart, at the core of us. Our heart knows what it needs, knows what it wants, and it's up to us to fulfill that need. It's up to us to listen to our heart and feed our heart, nurture the heart, every single heartbeat, okay? The heart obviously operates on autopilot through the limbic system, through the autonomic nervous system, but it's also very important to understand that we own that. And most of us live through our heads and our conscious awareness, but again, a lot of that is done through autopilot or programming or instinct or simple reflex behavior that we've all inherited and learned after hundreds of thousands of years of evolution. But there is another level on top of that where we can take full ownership and responsibility of our consciousness and deliberately listen to our heart and acknowledge our heart and nurture our heart and feed our heart, okay? And that's what I'm asking you to do. I'm inviting everybody here to allow for that possibility. What are we bringing in with us? This could be legacy, baggage, history. It could be pride, for all of us having stuck together like this and having the courage to evolve and grow like this. It could be all the fears and shadows that we've had to face over the last year. Whatever it is, your own past lives. It could be everything that was going crazy for the last couple months with all the planets going direct. I hope you noticed that, but Jupiter just turned retrograde, so everything might feel as though it's kind of going to this like, wait a minute, slow down, big time moment. Over here is the energy of now, the ever-present now. This is where we all are right now, whether we like it or know it or not. And sometimes it's very uncomfortable to be there because we have to be totally conscious. Most of the time, life is much easier when you lean on the past, lean on status quo, lean on history, and then use that as a template for projecting into our so-called future with a sense of expectation based on the past, which of course is essentially, without knowing it, giving away all your power. So all I'm doing is taking note of the energy of the now, no matter how comfortable that is. And then it is in the now where we can access the healing power of our decisions right here. And it's through our decisions that we actually nurture the heart, how we actually catalyze our own evolution. And over here is the energy of how exactly are we going to make the best use of this phenomenon of decision making so that we actually do nurture the heart, okay? Literally the first part of the heartbeat where we're sucking in all the nutrients and then we're squeezing the nutrients through to our life and our body. Over here is consequence. Now, on Terra Lumination, I feel that you are all high frequency, high vibration people, and you like the notion of full participation in your own evolution by activating the healing power of your decisions, in which case you're taking ownership, no matter how uncomfortable, no matter how painful. But you can also allow for the joy. And in so doing, we create consequences, okay? We bring consequence to us. If you're just arriving here, this is the first time ever at the show or the channel, and if you're used to, like, say, outsourcing your energy to let's say, the job, family, parents, schools, institutions, churches, children, your subconscious, what do they call it? Conditioning from youth, from childhood, and you think that all you do is have to do is react to that, then this energy will feel more like fate, but you're not taking advantage of the energy levels at the higher frequencies where the law of attraction becomes very, very active. Over here is the energy of what if. Well, again, being a human being, we have this concept of time. So what if we mess up on our decisions? What if we do a good job on our decisions? And then where does that take us all? Okay, so into the next heartbeat. So I'm hoping you see that this is a heart, like so, and this is our heart pumping here at the very, very core. Mine is connected to yours, and yours is connected to mine. Over here, we're going to look at circumstantial energy in a moment, just like watching the Weather Channel. And we're going to make the best of it, just like you would every day anyway yourself. And we have the Emperor. Okay, my feeling here is that this is a little bit intimidating right now. My feeling is that circumstantial energy it feels like we're being almost pushed against our will into places and ways of being and feeling and coming into awareness that we would not normally choose. That's my feeling about the Emperor here right now. And the Emperor is not letting us get away with fudging our way through life. This is the Emperor energy is telling me very loudly here to tell you it is very, very important to honor yourself first, okay? Almost to the energy of absolutism, because it is a constant theme here on Terra Illumination where we have to learn how to love ourselves. And for a lot of people, that's almost blasphemy, okay? It's like, You're talking about vanity, narcissism, egomania, um, self-serving paranoia, and all that stuff. Which, yeah, if you want to look at it that way, sure. But there's also a very profound need for us to be truly who we are, acknowledge who we really are as individuals, all powerful in ourselves, in our individuality, honor that, respect that, and know that. But you have to be aware that it even exists. That's the thing. A lot of us are not even aware that this exists. And I think our circumstantial energies are around us now, trying to wake us up to like this awareness that you have a right to be you, completely and fully you, uh, and put yourself first and first foremost, not to not by squashing others, but by acknowledging and recognizing your own authority in yourself to be you, and then having to honor that. Okay, so it might feel a little bit intimidating, especially if you've been feeling a weak and a bit under the weather lately. With this huge Pisces thing right now that's been happening, the massive cluster, and now it's all piling up with Sun and Chiron and Neptune. And so it's very, very much about healing. A lot of people have been feeling very, let's say, what I would say, like weak or fragile, feeling like life has been almost too much, like they don't have the energy. But it's important to acknowledge that too, and allow yourself to sleep in later, or go to bed earlier, or pamper yourself, or take a day off work if you know you have to, or tell the kids like um, you're going to have to just ask your other parent to cook dinner tonight because I can't handle it anymore. I'm going to lock myself in the room. I need my own time for me. I need time for me now. Okay. I need rest. I need peace. I need love. I need healing. It's okay to do that. All right. That's what I feel this is telling us here. It's okay to do that. What about at our heart core? Let's have a look here. So to me, this just feels like, well, why don't we just all admit that we're all kind of innocent on this journey together, including Tarot Lumination. I mean, the reality is Tarot Lumination is learning tremendously as Tarot Lumination goes on in itself. And I'm very eager to continue. I'm very eager to learn in this environment with you guys. I'm learning so much from you guys and with you guys. And I love to share what I can with you guys too. And long may this continue. And I hope we never grow up. I almost hope that we never grow out of this. The heart energy is saying to me, bring it on. Let's make this happen. Let's do this. I don't exactly know how or why. And I'm not just talking about Tarot Illumination here with you. I'm talking about you and your own energy. Allow yourselves to grow. Allow yourself to be inspired. Allow yourself to uh, like become aware of your own magnificence, your own right to be your own authority, your own boss of you, where you don't constantly, let's say, demean yourself to accommodate others. You acknowledge this and that you have the right to do this. And we're all learning how to do that. Okay. It's all right. The heart says it's okay because we're all on this lifetime here, this planet, to learn and grow right now. So let's just make it happen. It is a journey. What are we bringing in with us? Okay. The fear of going here. It's the fear of going here. That's what I'm feeling. And with the moon energy, that's totally understandable. It's the subconscious fear that we all carry, that we all bring with us about being our most courageous, noble, proud, honorable selves. Like, it's almost like our own shadows are saying, gosh, that's totally weird. Terra Illumination is totally freaked out tonight. He's just taken it too far. He's just taken things too far. He's off his rocker. But on there's this other side that's saying, well, actually, there is a kernel of truth here. It really, really is important to know thyself. Truly, truly know thyself. Stop putting it off. Get to know yourself in all your shadow, all your pain, all your suffering, all your fears, everything that scares you about life, everything that scares us about being alive. Get to know that stuff. Let's bring that in with us and get real, admit it, and put it on the table It's almost like if we were at a round table meeting here tonight, we could all put in a list in a little bottle. What is it that scares you most right now? And we put that in the magic jar, okay? And then we shake it around. I'm just going to show you. I'm not saying we're going to do it, but I just wanted to show you what I mean. It's like if you think of this as Tarot Lumination Love Tribe, for example, and my feeling here with the cards is like, it's time to get real. Everybody puts a little anonymous post-it note in here that says, the thing that scares the poop out of me the most in life is this. Like, am I going to lose my cat? Or what happens if I run out of money? What happens, you know, if I discover that, you know, my partner's left me and I don't have any children to take care of me? Or what happens if my Social Security runs out? Or what happens if I miss the bus? Or what happens if I can never have a child? Or what happens if I'll never get rich? What happens if nobody ever falls in love with me? Whatever it is, okay? It's the fears, acknowledging the shadows. We're just admitting it. All of us, to some degree, are scared of our own shadows, scared of ourselves. And we want to break through and go beyond that. So what about the now? Okay. So to me, it feels like, why is that happening? It's because of our focus. With the Four of Cups, I often feel the theme of energy flows where the attention goes. And so in our tenderness, like at the end of the day or the first thing in the morning when we are typically most tender and most vulnerable, it's that awareness, like we become aware of all the things that we have to do that we don't want to do. And at the end of the day, all the things that we had to do that we didn't want to do, and how that can overwhelm us. And like, if only we could have done this or that or that, or if only I had an extra day a week where I could be an artist, or if I had another, you know, a week full of corporate holiday season and I could go off on my trek to Thailand or something, or go to Disneyland, or go meet everybody for the monthly, you know, buffet barbecue thing down the street with your relatives, whatever it is, but none of that's happening. And then you get consumed by all the sadness of what's not happening. So in the present, it's almost like our fear, what this is telling me is that our own shadows and our fears start to feed on themselves if we allow that to happen. And so you become stuck in this like negative feedback energy loop without even knowing it. And that makes us extremely vulnerable here. So my feeling here with the Four of Cups in the present, in the now, is to be very, very aware that it's very easy to fall into the mud, the trap, the goop of our own life without even knowing it. Falling in love with our wounds, falling in love with our shadows, our fears, our war stories, and how that shapes us as characters. And then forgetting that what really counts is this right now. Like if you think of this as a tiny miniature Ace of Cups, this is what really, really counts, but we're missing the point. So well, my feeling here with the reading is that I don't like to admit it myself, but you know, I miss this a lot too. A lot of the times I get swept up in my own woe is me, and then I miss what really, really counts, which is what's happening right now, right here, right now. The cool thing is just being with you guys, and we're doing this. That's what's cool. That's what's cool about this card, no matter what the other cards say. So since this theme here, it, to me, is waking us up to the concept of energy flows where attention goes, it amplifies the need for us to be more and more and more and more consciously aware of how we live so much of our life on reflex behavior, autopilot, based on our fears. Fears of not being rich enough. Oh, I need to get a better job. Fears of not being healthy enough. I better go to extra yoga and gym classes. Fear, whatever it is. So, and that's like everything based on fear. Okay, understandable. We're human beings. Our brain is basically a device that is designed to look for fear, look for danger, spot it, and find a way to get around for it. And it often leaves very little room for the energy of love or joy to grow because we're so consumed with survival. You know, we have to reproduce, make more babies, make more money, get a better job, all of that, get more food. So how do we kind of get back into the energy of the now if we are even just slightly off track so that we can get into our healing power? And ha, 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 ha. Ha, 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 ha. What this is telling me is like, wake up, wake up, wake up. My feeling here is for my job as Tarot Illumination right now is to tell you guys, to remind all of us, even myself, that we're incredibly lucky. We have so much already. We are so deeply blessed already. I don't know about you, but I'm extremely grateful to have things like I have hot water, I have a shower, I have a refrigerator full of food and cupboards full of food. I have a warm, cozy bed, and I have a nice, cozy house, and I have a wonderful, loving sweetheart, and I have wonderful friends. I have Terra Illumination Love Tribe. I have all that. I'm loaded. I'm stinking rich, man. I've got it all. Okay. And that's where you make your decisions from, understanding that, like, I'm just going to do my little chant. I'm a very lucky man. I'm a very wealthy man. I'm a very happy man. I'm a very blessed man. I just need to remember that. Sometimes I can't, so I have to remind myself, and then that puts me back into the love zone over here. So what I'm trying to do right now is to remind myself, and in so doing, remind you about how incredibly lucky we are. Look at it tonight. All of you have some kind of laptop or smartphone or tablet or desktop or whatever, and you're watching this wacky show from all sorts of places in the world. How freaky is that? How wonderful is that? To me, it feels like here we're on the cutting edge of the cutting edge of cool stuff to do with our lives, uh, about loving and being loved, allowing the healing power of love to flow into ourselves, our body, our mind, our heart, our souls. And then from there, we can own that and then share that outward. Okay. So you become a vessel, you become an instrument, you allow the healing power of love to flow into you and through you and then out of you, on the understanding that you're very, very lucky just to be alive. And we're very lucky to have each other just hanging out on this show. We've got it all. We're blessed. We're loaded. We're rich. Okay. Also, sorry, I'm getting really carried away with this reading. I don't know why. Another feeling here is that it's important to understand that we can create this sense of worth and happiness and love from the inside out. This is the evidence of love. This is factual evidence of love. This isn't all about, poetry and I love you text. This is about being there for yourself primarily, when you don't want to be, nurturing yourself when you don't want to be, nurturing someone who needs you when you don't want to do that, allowing yourself to be nurtured by someone who can barely take care of themselves, but you allow that to happen anyway, and you accept that as evidence of love. That's how lucky we are. I know a lot of you here, I know because of the private readings, I know a lot of you have been dealing with a lot of pain and suffering in your own lives, despite being incredibly fortunate enough just to hang around like this. But that's the paradox of humanity. That's where we are today, and we're living with that. All I'm suggesting here is that in the healing power of our decisions, to get back to what works, we understand and we establish that we are very lucky. We're very wealthy, we're happy, and we are blessed just to be here to do this. Okay? All right? So, how do we do that effectively? Okay, to be honest, I think this goes back to the very beginning where I was talking about, let's be honest, we're sick of all the pain and the suffering. Each one of us here, the only reason how most of us are here is because somewhere deep down we know we're hurting and suffering in some way. So you come to the Tarot Illumination channel because there's that energy of healing, love and healing that happens here. So the important thing, I think this is very, very closely related to the Pisces energy right now. The Pisces sun getting very, very close to Pisces, Chiron in Pisces, where the whole theme is about love and healing. And we're coming up to the new moon very soon. It's going to be a very, very tight alignment. And that's going to be the very, very, possibly a very uncomfortable energy of where we have to be willing to reveal it, to heal it. We have to be willing to accept that enough is enough. Enough with the pain, enough with the self-defeating behaviors, enough with the self-limiting actions and preconditionings and habits, and use the healing power of no. If you have to use the healing power of FU and say enough is enough, you can't take it anymore. There's no point in letting yourself go down to the ground anymore. There's no point in, living according to all your pain and sorrow and misery. It's time for that to end, and it is at an end, but that has to be by decree. But I don't want to use a lot of no. I don't want to put a lot of like, I am not going to drink anymore. I'm not going to smoke weed till I drop anymore. I'm not going to use swear words all day anymore. I don't want to do like they do in the Christian world where they say don't. That all that does is amplify the negative side of this. All I would rather focus on is do this. Be loving, be loved. Be loving, be loved. If you are loving, you are loved. When you are loving, you are loved. Love yourself. Be loving of yourself. Okay? But it means allowing your wounds to breathe, to come to the surface, to breathe. That means you have to deliberately allow yourself to open up, allow the wounds to breathe. Okay? Consequently, consequently, it looks to me from this that it brings you, I'm just going to tell you, folks, I'm already preparing for this. I'm allowing for myself in my life that when it comes around the time of the Pisces new moon, and possibly for a few days afterwards, even for possibly 2 weeks afterwards, up to the Aries Libra full moon, that I am going to feel a lot of the tiniest, most detailed versions of pain and suffering that I have allowed to live inside of me for so long that is no longer acceptable. Because I'm going to witness the huge paradox and the contradiction between my own good fortune just to be alive here to do this with you, and my own personal misery and shame and sadness from my own life that I've lived, just in the same ways that you have your own sorrow, pain, and misery from the lives and decisions that you've lived that were self-defeating, that either came upon you or that were imposed upon you, that you didn't want, or that you brought on by yourself because of conditioning that you still don't deserve and that you still don't want. So what happens when you do acknowledge and recognize how fortunate we are? Okay, it's almost like it's the bring it on. It's almost like it fortifies you. It fortifies you to keep going to the next step where you realize, okay, part of the human condition is to face our fear, face our shadows, face everything that challenges us, and then rise up and be strong. Understand that every day, we're always going to be facing challenges of some kind. And then when you neglect this and you allow yourself to be consumed by everything that's not working, then you lose all the courage. All the courage that you have that could be tapped into just dissolves because of lack of focus of attention on what really counts. But when you do understand how fortunate you are, it allows you to face your challenges with courage and live to fight another day. Okay? Understanding that you have pain and sorrow that needs healing. It's okay. We all do. It's the whole point of Tarot Illumination. It's all about the love and the healing, on the understanding that a big part of our life journey is simply to face this, how awesomely fortunate we are and how deeply pained we are, and then figure it out. What are we looking at here? Prospects. Okay, with the Three of Pentacles here, my feeling is that for this reading here tonight for all of us, it's an acknowledgement that we are all a work in progress here. I'm the whole channel is very contingent upon you guys coming here. If there was no subscribership and people just didn't come, the channel would have collapsed long ago. But the little channel keeps growing, little tiny bits. Every day, every month, it grows a little tiny bit. And it's just growing because of intention and the goodness and the love and the healing that you guys are pouring into here. It's not just Tarot Illumination pumping it out. You guys are pumping it in, and it becomes a group effort. It's where I, Tarot Illumination, recognize your worth and your gifts and your talent and your resources and your love and your bounty and your wealth and your good fortune. And I'm reminding you of your good fortune just to be here, and your absolute right to be yourself. And even if it means facing all your fears and learning how to redirect your energy, it's okay. I, Tarot Illumination, am a work in progress myself. And no, I'm a little, sometimes I get a bit embarrassed about, my frailties and weaknesses, but I know you guys suffer too. I'm sharing my suffering with you. I'm also sharing my gifts with you. You guys are sharing your gifts and your talents with me. I'm sharing that with you. And together, it's a work in progress. We are literally building something here. We are literally building something as a team. I understand you. You understand Tarot Illumination. And it is a noble thing. It's by feeling here, it's all about the noble thing that we are doing, no matter how innocent and naive we are, no matter if we don't know all the answers all the time. We're doing this anyway, okay? We're allowing the healing power of love to flow into our lives anyway, okay? By decree, we are very lucky people. We are very wealthy people. We are very happy people. We are very blessed people. And so it is spoken and so it is done. All right? The reading is over. I see you guys chatting out there, talking about your empanadas and whatever. Hey, Deshaun. Mr. Miss Deshaun, Miss Don't You Know. I get it. I get you. I read it. Okay, let me shuffle the cards. I'm going to put on a tune for you guys while I get my acts together here a little bit. Hang in. Just stay there. I'm going to put on a little tune. We're going to hang out, okay? Let's have a look here. Give me a moment, people. Oh, man, this is work. Gotta tell you. Okay. This is the song. We're going to play this song in a moment, and we're going to dance, okay? Hang in. Just hang in. I'm just trying to get organized here. You know I like things to be organized. Here we are. Okay, so we're getting there. Ah, man, people. Let's do this. Okay, I need to get a little break and a little beverage, and we're going to start this up in a moment. Here we go. No, I did that already. Fighting, I want this one here. Stay there, don't go away. Here we go. Everybody dance. Everybody get up. Everybody dance. Everybody get up. Everybody get up. Everybody get up. Everybody dance. Everybody dance. Everybody dance. Everybody jump around and dance. Okay? You dance. Go Indigo. You come. Okay? Spider web. Oh, 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 oh. My immune system's running well. 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 My T cells are fighting 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 well. Oh man, Lena's Feetland. Ha! That sounds like a country. Lena's Feetland. It sounds like a country up in Scandinavia. Lena's Feetland. Yes, yes. Lena's Feetland. There is a magic country out there, and Lena is the queen of Lena's Feetland. Lena is the queen of Lena's Feetland. There you go. It's 2:11 here, Indigo Child. Is that afternoon or evening or morning? What is it? Anyway, okay. Now let's have some fun, people. I said I'd give a couple of private readings, so I'm going to do that. Got to shuffle a little bit more. Hang in, people. Who's got a birthday today? Anybody got a birthday today? Today, now. Ha ha ha, giggle. Ha ha ha. Is it anybody's birthday today? I know we're asking a lot, but just in case. All right, okay, let's forget that one. I got a couple of readings lined up here already. We're going to do these guys. Yara, Happy Go, and Arias. You guys are getting readings. Okay. How about this? who has, okay, I'm going to do it this way. I'm just going to do one question here. You have to be honest. You know, we're going on the honor system here. Who has, for tonight, just for tonight, their own natal, who has, okay, let's get to, who has their moon in Capricorn? Anybody, whoever has the moon in Capricorn, first person I can see on the screen. I mean, I have to get it from here and you'll get a reading, okay? Anybody out there got moon in Capricorn? You have to be honest. Whoever writes it in first. If you've had lots of readings already, then I'll pass. But if you're a newbie and you never had a reading, Happy Go. Well, you've already got a reading, Happy Go. Next, Foxy Lady. Okay, Happy, you already got a reading. So Foxy Lady, you're it. Foxy Lady is the answer. So Foxy Lady, you've got a Capricorn moon, all right? Capricorn rising, no, I want Capricorn moon, but we've already figured out. It's Foxy Lady. So Foxy Lady, you're getting a reading. There we go. I don't know how many I can do tonight. Okay, so that's what we got. Maybe I should just worry about these for now and see what happens later. Okay. So we're going to start with Arias. We're going to start with Arias and go do something like this. Okay, so Arias, you are up. All right, I hope you're holding on tight. If Arias, could you type in the screen, let us all know you're still here. If you have to go already, then I'll scratch you and we'll put up another reading for someone else. Susan Mime is a newbie. Okay. Rodarius, are you still here? Yes, you are. Okay. All right, Rodarius. Cool. Okay, Rodarius, it's you're up. You are up. If I get a little weird, like that last reading I did for the group, I got pretty carried away. I hope you don't mind. Sorry about that. Hope I didn't hurt anybody's feelings or scare anybody. Hold on. All right, here we go. Boo giggled, perfect, a seance. But the thing is, typically in a seance, it gets very, very quiet. And this is kind of a live show where we're supposed to all hang out and have fun. So if you want to do a seance, if anybody seriously wants to do a seance, then we would have to book that as a private reading. And I would be willing to do a seance with people. It would be just like we did tonight. It would be a single reading for us, but it would be in a private setting. And maybe a bunch of you could chip in together and we'll just do the whole thing as one private reading. If you go to the channel, for example, you go to the website itself and you get a private reading. All I was trying to suggest, because Giggle just put it out there, if anybody wants to do like a very, very small boutique-y private reading for 2 or 3 people and you all want to share in it and split it, like, you know, however, whatever it is, like, you know, take the rate, or, you know, if you want to do a group reading, what I'm saying is if you want to do a group reading, we could do that. I've never done it before, but it just occurred to me that we could do that if some of you have group issues, things like that, and you split the cost of the reading, okay? So it makes it cheap, and it would be kind of like having a seance because we would be doing it live and you would all be on camera, okay? Just I want to let you know that. Okay, it's not just chit chat, it's actually on camera, okay? Okay, so Jasmine, if you're up for it and you've got some friends and you want to split a reading and all of you show up at the same time, we can do that. It's going to be at least $77 and it'll at least be about an hour. And you can split the cost between you, okay? And you can call it your own private mini seance, all right? I'm just putting it out there. It's not on the channel. It's not on the website. It's nowhere. It's just happening here tonight. And maybe we'll do it. If it works, if a few of you like it and you want to do it, sure. But I'm saying, because I know a lot of people want readings, but they're expensive now. I could not keep up. I was getting so many readings at the old rates, I could not keep up. And I was exhausted, completely obliterated. So a big reason for raising the prices was to slow you guys down. Okay, so there you go. I still love doing the readings, but I need downtime. I need lots of downtime and rest and love and healing for myself. Okay, so typically private readings are just one-on-one, but if anybody wants to do like a little group thing, it's Giggle's idea. It's not my idea. It's all on Giggle, but I'm just running with it because it sounds very, very cool. So if anybody wants that, go to tarotlumination.com and write in once you've got all your 3 buddies, because somebody's going to have to make the payment. You know, maybe if all 3 of you do the PayPal and you split it 3 ways, you know, 3 separate little mini payments, we could do it that way. I don't know. I'm just putting it out there. All right. All right, Rodarius, you are up. This one's for you. It's your little freebie mini, okay? Okay, here we go. Oops. Whoa, that was a very extreme cut. All right, here we go, Rodarius. This is it. You're up. What's the situation? What's the challenge? How are we going to handle this? Okay, Tarot Illumination style. And what's the weather like? Let's have a look. So, moving on. So, I'm happy for you, Rodarius, if let's say your circumstances around you are giving you a very big tap, a very big nudge on your shoulder. Let's say your spirit guides, or even day-to-day 3-dimensional life is saying, Darius, it's time to move on. You don't have to, let's say, live in a pool of drama or fears and shadows and ups and downs and lights between, you know, the good things and the bad things all day. It's actually possible to be serene. It's actually possible to just filter out all the doo-doo and say, enough of that. Okay. It can be, you know, how like on television shows and everything, they feed off the drama, they feed off the anxiety, the tension, and the fear and the shadows to come to a moment of resolution. But the thing is, a lot of the times, genuine, true happiness exists inside us at a very, very serene level. And it's nothing to do with external stimulation. It's nothing to do with how much money you just made or how awesome your personal life is under the sheets, or how gorgeous you are in the mirror, or how popular you are. I'm talking about the core of happiness deep inside of you, and you can own that and take that with you wherever you go, no matter what. So what's the situation? Okay, well, definitely there's a strong indication that it might be that this is already happening, Rodarius, or this is just about to happen, where a big life chapter is coming to a close. Either you are aware of this already, or if you're not aware of this, please be aware of this. Maybe it's already happened. Maybe it just culminated at the full moon a while ago. But let's just say perhaps it's to do with the Pisces new moon coming up, where there's going to be a really strong, let's say, signal in your life where you're going to realize, oh my gosh, this certain way of life that I'm living is done. I'm over. I'm done with it. There's no point in trying to relive it or beat it back into life again. It's done. It's lived its purpose, and a whole new life is going to start unfolding. Nothing good or bad about that. It's just what it is. It's like, oh, the movie's finished. Oh, okay. So what do we do now? Dinner, pizza, go home, go to bed, watch another movie? I don't know. Rodarius, it's up to you. A certain big chapter in life is ending and a certain new chapter is going to unfold. Let's see, what's the challenge with all of this? Because there's a strong indication that if you're not moving on, it would be a really good time to take advantage of circumstances right now and move on. What's the challenge? Okay. To me, it feels like the fear of moving on, the fear of the consequences of how you've lived your life so far, and then how that might affect you in your life coming up. In other words, if you've been living a life that is very much what I would say is on autopilot, and everything that worked is kind of like cool, and everything that doesn't work, well, you managed to cope with it. But there's a stark realization here now, like with this channel, that there's other levels, other ways of living where you take a much higher level of ownership over your life and how it works out. And then when you start to realize that we do go in chapters, we go in life cycles, we go through things like infancy, childhood, youth, puberty, adolescence, young adulthood, full adulthood, relationships, houses, cars, mortgages, deep trauma, deep pain, deep joy, all of that. And these are all lived through in very classic chapters. There's the Saturn cycle, there's the Jupiter cycles, there's the lunar cycles, all of that stuff. And then realizing, oh my gosh, why didn't anybody tell me? It all comes down to consequences. Like suddenly realizing that a lot of this is not just up to chance. A lot of it is because of decisions that you've made or decisions that you have allowed to be made for you that are bringing you into a place of awareness where in some ways you didn't want to be and didn't even know you would end up. And that's a problem because it's so important to understand how you take ownership of your life by staying very present in the now and making healing decisions about now so that you create consequences that serve you, that help you, that heal you, so you can see and you can start to see a pattern how you generate and create your own evolution through conscious choice, conscious deliberate choice, always choosing the most loving option. And then with this card here, it's like the challenge is realizing that maybe you didn't do that all the time. Uh-oh, what am I going to do now? Uh-oh. So how are we going to deal with this? It's not the end of the world, okay? It's the beginning of a new world, but it has to be at another level, okay? It's almost like we're starting from scratch. So how are we going to do that? Be very, very aware of the healing power of your decisions. That's what I'm sensing, Rodarius. If you've done a lot of your life on autopilot, like being happy because of, whatever, or sad because of whatever, and it's just reflex behavior, that's fine. That's like 95% of how humans behave. But there's a whole level on top of that where you can take a lot of conscious participation in your life through the healing power of your decisions. You have the right to do this or the right to do that. You have an option to do this or to do that. Sometimes when you do this, it excludes doing that. Sometimes when you do that, it excludes doing this. Sometimes, if you have to, you can exercise the power to not decide. And that is the decision. It's important to know that your power lies, this little tiny Two of Swords, to me in this reading for you, Rodarius, is a very, very, very loud message to become very aware of the healing power of decisions, okay? Your own decisions, knowing that you have the right to pause, to evaluate before you make the decision. That's a decision in itself. Okay? So I know it doesn't look very romantic or anything, but it's very much to do with how your life plays out when you understand that your consequences are the outcome of your decisions. And you don't have to live on autopilot. You can live a fully empowered life by taking full ownership of the healing power of your decisions. Okay? And using those decisions to love yourself, heal yourself, because that's what's best for the whole planet. Okay? And that's how you generate peace and love. All right? So there you go. I hope I didn't hurt your feelings. All right? No harm intended, but if I touched a bit of a nerve there, let's just, it's not personal, okay, Rodarius? I'm just calling out the story as I feel it. All righty? Thank you, Rodarius. Please make the best of it. If it sounded like total gibberish to you, it might have made total sense to someone else, and please bequeath the reading to them if that's what happened, okay? All right? I see that, Laura Ellen Smith. 0 Pisces in chart, okay? Well, some people have 0 Pisces in their chart, but there's always going to be a point. For example, Laura Ellen Smith, if you look at your chart and you find the little slice of pizza pie that says Pisces, go have a look there, see where it is in your life, and look for the late degrees in the 20s, somewhere like 26 degrees. Hold on, let me just check. Look for 26 degrees. Okay, Laura, hold on. In fact, this is for, thank you, Laura Allen Smith, for bringing this up. I'll make this note for you. This is for Laura Allen Smith. Even if you don't have any Pisces in your chart with planets, you know, I'm a very elementary astrologer. I don't do a lot. I don't know enough about the stars and the asteroids, but they are very, very powerful in their own right, especially the fixed big stars. But just wherever it is, let's just say this is your chart, okay? And let's just say this is you on the horizon, whatever it is. Let's just make this an Aries chart for now. And let's just say this is the sign of Aries, but that's you. Then what we're going to look for is this, Pisces. So there's going to be a degree, and it's going to be right here. It's going to be 26 degrees, roughly. So Laura Allen Smith, whenever you're feeling bored in the next few days, pull out your astrology chart and twiddle it around wherever it is, however it looks, and wherever you find it, the point where it says on the little chart, you know, it has all the little things. There's 30 degrees for each slice of pizza. Find the 26 degree point, and that's where you're going to feel it. Okay? That's where you're going to feel the new moon Pisces energy right now. And it's very, very much about healing. So it might touch on very, very, very tender parts of your life in that area that you might not have ever been aware of, but they're going to come to the surface, and they are basically calling out, I need healing. I need revealing for the healing. I need to let my wounds breathe. Please, dear Laura Ellen Smith, owner of my heart, allow my wounds to breathe. Can you hear me? And that's your heart talking to you, Laura Ellen Smith, okay? So for everybody, look for the 26 degrees Pisces point in your chart, and that's where the new moon's going to hit you, all right? All right, Happy Go, you're up. Happy Go Lucky. My pleasure, Laura Ellen Smith. Please make the best of it. What? Wait a minute. What's going on, Foxy Lady? Wait a minute. If you have to go to bed, maybe I'll just, hey, Happy Go, can you wait? It looks like Foxy Lady's on a very, very tight clock right now. Can we do this? Foxy Lady, do you have a time? It's going to take about 10 minutes. Do you have 10 minutes? Or do you want to, I'll do the reading for you anyway, and then you can come back and watch it later. What would you like me to do? Foxy? Foxy, you're getting a reading, okay? That's the point. Oh, Tina, I didn't put you down, Tina. I'm not doing everybody. It was just for Foxy Lady. Oh, are you? Oh, okay. So So, Foxy Lady, are you telling me to give your reading to Tina Miller because she has Moon in Capricorn as well? Is that what you're saying? Foxy? Foxy, is that what you want? You want me to give your reading to Tina Miller? Okay, okay, I'm going to do that. All right, Tina Miller. Okay. So Foxy is kindly donating her reading to Tina because Tina has Moon in Capricorn. Okay. Okay. Thanks, Giggle. Thanks for explaining all of that. I really, really appreciate that. So, okay, I can get back to. So I'm going to scratch Foxy Lady. Sorry, Foxy Lady, but it's been lovely. So let me get back. We've got. Okay, I see what we're going to do. So I'm going to go back to Happy Go because that's where we were going to read anyway. Then we'll do Humayara and then Tina. Is that okay, Tina? Are you still going to be around for a while? I hope so. I'll go back to Happy Go. You've got Moon. That's right. I remember you saying that earlier, Happy Go, but you're getting a reading anyway just because I picked you. So you're okay to wait, Tina? Cool. All right. All right, then. Happy Go. This is for you. And you have Moon in Capricorn too. Congratulations. Well done. So I'm just trying to shuffle the cards till I'm happy again. Hey, Gerardo. Hi. Gerardo, greetings. Patagonia. Thousands of miles away on your satellite. Wow, fantastic. You are... Gerardo has his own private satellite. I don't know if anybody knew that. I like that little space rocket, Laura Ellen Smith. I like that. All right, Happy Go. Here we go. Cards are cut. Sorry, cards are shuffled. And now we're going to cut. Oops. I got overexcited. All right, here we go. Here's the situation. Here's the challenge. Here's how we're going to handle it. What's the weather like? Okay, everything's upside down again. Sorry about that. Sorry about that. Sorry about that. So we had this earlier, people. To me, this is a very, very loud message. It's very hard to ignore the Emperor card when it's present. So to me, this is a very, very, very loud message. Again, kind of repeated for you, Happy Go. It's really important to acknowledge yourself, okay? So it's just circumstantial energy. It's just like if you walked outside your house, your door, your internet, your apartment, your space rocket, your minivan, wherever it is you are right now, it would almost be the feeling like circumstances are telling you, or you could even say tarot illumination is just saying it right to your face. Happy Go. It's really, really, really important. It's time now to put yourself first. Okay. All right. No apologies. It might be very weird and very, very trippy for you to do that or even have that concept. But it's very, very important to understand that you have the full right to be you in your own magnificence. No apologies. Okay. So what's the situation? Okay. New start and beginning here. This is an opportunity. With the ace, Happy Go, this is energy of sacred opportunity. And this would not be here unless you had earned it. So it's almost kind of like getting really, really lucky. Like Maybe all you needed was just to show up tonight, just to hang out and have fun and listen to Tarot Illumination, wake you up and say, happy go. It is time for you now. It is time for you to wake up to your own truth about what is right for you. What is the truth for you? You're allowed to have your own subjective truth of what's right and what's true for you. It's okay. It's time for you to seek that and discover that and then have that and own that. And it's also a time to acknowledge that there are even higher levels of truth that are universal truth that you can employ, that you can, bring into your life and live according to universal truth, like the laws of attraction, for example, or the laws of karma, or the laws of attraction in action, things like that, or like by simply the energy of allowing, how you allow the healing power of love to move through your life, and it becomes your full conscious awareness. Okay. It's like learning that you have the right to be true to you first. That's what I feel here. And you deserve that. Now, the question is, because it's a sacred opportunity, just because the opportunity is there, does that mean you're going to grab it? Are you too shy? Are you too, like, shocked? Are you too shocked at the notion that you have the right, duty, and obligation to love yourself to this degree, acknowledging yourself and your worth and your own truth? What's the challenge with all of that? Okay. Well, I'm not going to turn this into a personal reading, but happy go. If the challenge for you is like dealing with it at the personal level, like if you been used to living a life where you're always outsourcing all your power, all your energy, all your decisions to somebody or something else, like a very dominant person, or a very dominating job, or a very demanding job, or a very challenging environment or atmosphere that takes up all your time and energy, where you don't have any sense of self, you don't have any time for yourself at the deep soul level, that's a problem. That is a very, very big problem. And it's very, very important to understand that if you're constantly being utterly, totally selfless to the point where this doesn't even exist in your life, you don't have any sense of self identity at all, that's a huge problem. And that's what scares you. Sometimes people don't want to go there because they don't want to know their true self, because they're scared of the evolutionary leaps that have to occur in order to become in like divine alignment with your true self. In other words, it's almost like the energy of self-defeat being justified. In other words, it's almost like I would rather somebody tells me what to do, when to do, how to do it, why to do it, where to do it, who to do it with, and I'll just go off and do it. Number one. Number two, you might already be living in a life where all of that stuff's happening already on autopilot. For example, you get married young, you have babies, you have careers and jobs, and then there's bosses and everything happens on autopilot where you don't exist anymore. And it's just like your whole life is just like become a series of activities where everything's happening, for the good of everybody else, and you're just like a robot in the process. But that's the challenge here, understanding and recognizing that it doesn't have to be. You have the right to be you, and it's a very, very scary journey to go on the inward journey to discover who you really are. And it's understandable why people would shy away from this incredible time now, this incredible opportunity. So nobody can force you here, happy go. Nobody can force you or push you into this level of coming to self-understanding or grabbing. You don't have to take this opportunity. You can live with the fear of going deep within if you want to. It's your choice. Okay. So how are we going to deal with this? It's a very challenging situation. Okay. Well, my feeling here with the 10 of Wands is it's time. This is this is part of the Tarot Illumination thing. It's time to use the healing power of no, to the point of it's the healing power of no effing way anymore. Understanding that it's okay to admit to yourself that you might have reached a limit. You might have reached the point where you can't take it anymore, and You could have, you know, it's great that you can handle all that. You know, maybe you are just a very, very capable person who's done an incredibly good job of living this kind of way and ignoring this, ignoring your own spiritual journey to go within. And you've just been piling up more and more and more circumstances and challenges and conditions that consume your whole life to the point where it's a total obliteration of self. And now it's time to realize that this is no longer acceptable. This is what is acceptable. The chance, the opportunity to go on your own internal journey. And to do that, the way you do that, how do we deal with this? You put it all down. In other words, you say, you know what? I'm sick of carrying all your doo-doo. I'm sick of taking care of everyone else's messes and everyone else's problems. It's time. It's time now to put this all down. Sure, you could keep going on like this forever if you wanted, but you'll end up with a broken back, broken spirit, broken ego, broken sense of self, which ends up leading to bitterness and resentfulness, and that kills. Okay? You don't, what's the point? You know? How would you like to go to your grave saying, I did all that, and that, and discovering that nobody cares? Because they just took it all for advantage, because you were just giving it away because you were so strong that you could do it. And you end up with nothing. How would you like that? It's not fair. It's not right. It's time for you to put the burdens down, put yourself first. I'm sorry I got a bit of a bully there. Sorry, Happy Go. I didn't mean to be all tough and mean, but maybe it's just that someone had to say it in a very blunt way. Okay? I hope I didn't hurt your feelings or touch any sensitive nerves. I'm just doing what I can, calling out the story as I feel it. Okay, Happy Go? All right. Humayara, you're next. Humayara, you are next. Excellent, excellent. Right on time. Thank you very much. All right. Thank you for being here, by the way. It's really fun to have you guys here, all of you. I know it's hard to chat with everybody because it's just just a very, very fast scroller that goes in the screen, so I can't get to everybody, but I do what I can. Hey, we can talk about, share yourself with us, Marilyn. You know, if you've lived a good life, focus on the good stuff. Be willing to tell your stories about all the bad stuff that didn't work, that was miserable and whatever. And don't worry, because it all continues again. Like once we pass over, it's just like going to another movie. It's just a different movie. All of a sudden, you are funny. You are funny. You guys are nuts. I see you're joking. I see you're joking. I see what you're. I like that one. All Sun where it says, in Florida, the state bird is the mosquito. It's a fact. It is a fact. All Sun is funny. Fact. All right, Humayara, you're up. Okay. Cards are shuffled. We're going to cut it up. And you're going to get your free mini reading. Okay? And if it doesn't make sense, you can watch it again on the action replay tomorrow. All righty. What's the situation? What's the challenge? How are we going to handle this tarot illumination style? What's the weather like? Okay, Ace of Cups. Oh my gosh, energy of opportunity. Humayara, I'm not going to turn this into a love and relationship reading. Let's just keep it very big, very broad, very, very pure. This is an indication that you have a chance right now to literally tune in to the healing power of love, understanding that It's almost like understanding what it really, really is. What it really, really is being incredibly present in the moment, understanding, like earlier with the Ten of Pentacles, how incredibly lucky and fortunate you are just to be Yara, no matter your challenges. It's just an amazing experience and a privilege to be a human being. I know there's a lot of tragedy. I know there's a lot of trauma and grief and chaos and misery out there. But nobody can take that thing at the very core of your soul. It is there somewhere, somewhere, somewhere deep inside at the very core is this. Okay? And all that's saying here with this card is that it's important now to recognize that it's there and grab some of that, own some of that, keep some of that, allow it to flow. It's almost like literally turning on a faucet. It's the suggestion that right now, Yara, is a really good time to turn on the faucet. If you think of yourself as a hose or something like that, and the healing power of love comes down into your life, your body, your mind, your heart, your soul, into your being, and then by deliberate choice, you can spread it out there. It's like watering the garden, okay? It's allowing yourself to be connected to heaven and then allowing yourself to let the love flow through you and so that you can share the love just like you're watering a garden, okay? So what's the situation? Okay. Well, maybe this just sounds all a bit just too weird and strange for you, Yara. Maybe tarot illumination is just too effing weird, and that's just how it is. And it's okay. You know, you don't have to believe tarot illumination. You don't have to believe in any of this tarot stuff. Right now, the situation, maybe you're in a situation where there's a lot of like weird, trippy stuff going on, which defies any kind of logic, which defies any kind of understanding of how you've lived your life up to this moment. And that whole new doorways are opening for you. Whole new perceptions are opening for you. Perhaps whatever it was, the last full moon we had with the Pisces Virgo thing. Maybe we're building up to a crescendo where it's all integrating now, and then you're going to start this whole Pisces beautiful love thing towards the end of March. But it just feels disorienting. It might be that right now, it's like you're having to put yourself in a position where you're taking willful, deliberate decisions to step back from yourself a little bit and observe yourself as though you're watching a movie. And it is possible to do that. In other words, you don't have to be sucked up in your egoic self all day, every day. You can take a very deliberate posture of detaching yourself from yourself and observing yourself in life as though you're watching a movie of you. And if that's happening already and it feels very weird, okay. But if the situation is now that you're actually doing that, and that feels a little bit weird, that's okay too. All I'm suggesting is that right now, it's all about different perspectives, seeing your whole life from a very different perspective, a much wider lens, and what it's really about and why we're here. What's the challenge with that? Okay. Actually making it happen. My feeling here with the Eight of Pentacles is actually figuring out how are you going to make that happen. It's evidence of love. So in other words, it's almost like Yara, you're saying like, okay, tarot illumination, that's great, blah, 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 healing power of love, love and healing and moving through your body and everything. But exactly how do we do that? It's a work. It's a work. The challenge is doing the work. Okay, because it does involve work. It does mean making deliberate efforts. Here, I'm just gonna give you my interpretation of love. Okay, Humayara. From here, love is as love does. Love is like an energy force that moves. It is like an energy field. It is like watering the garden. It is like taking care of children. It's like actions. Love in action. The healing power of love in action is what are you going to do with your decisions that activates the healing power of love so that it flows. So in essence, love is work. It's a lot of work, always having to extend yourself. So look at it like this. Love is the willing decision to extend yourself, which means work, above and beyond your existing comfort zone, of status quo in order to foster and nurture your own spiritual growth, health, healing, and evolution, and the spiritual growth, healing, health, evolution of your loved ones. That's how I feel it is, okay? And that's work. It's an investment. It means constantly, every day, making deliberate decisions to invest in the healing power of love, which means loving you first, allowing yourself to love yourself and be your most loving, effective self, and then sharing that as effectively as you can. That is work. That is a big challenge, because if you're, again, like the previous reading, if you're used to doing things on autopilot, and just letting stuff happen, like when crappy things happen, oh, that was fate. Or when great things happen, oh, that was fate. No, all I'm suggesting is here, from a very different perspective, if you look at love as a constant flowing energy out there, and it's just a question of your decision and your ability, willingness and your ability to allow it to flow through your life, then that involves, it's like a task, it's like work, it's sort of like Virgo energy, in the way of deliberately saying, okay, and we're just going to have to do this. Okay, I have to change the diapers for the kids. It's the most loving thing you could do right now for the child, even though nobody really loves changing diapers. Things like that. Or maybe having to work and go to work every day to bring home money to take care of business. Okay, whatever the challenges are, it's work. Investing. The challenge is doing the work and investing in yourself from this new perspective, that this is what life and love is really about. So how are we going to do this effectively? Okay, team effort. Okay, Humayara, it might just be sheer luck that you just ended up here tonight, because now you can sort of realize, okay, it's something we can share. In other words, you don't have to be off on your own and dizzy and disoriented and trying to figure out what the heck is Tarot Illumination talking about. You can understand that we're all dealing with the same stuff I just described, and you're just dealing with your own version of the same story. And the way to handle it is understand that this is what counts for everybody, for all of us, but you're just living your own particular story in your own way, and we're here to support you, and you can support us too. We understand you, and you understand us. And that's how you do it. You turn it into a team effort, and you say, you know what? I admit it. I am Humayara. I am a work in progress. I understand that I have a lot more work to do to invest in myself and love myself. And I didn't understand it from this way before. And then we all say, it's okay, Humayara. We're all dealing with the same stuff too. And then you go, oh, okay. So I'm not that weird. And we go, no, you're not. We're all that weird. And being weird is normal. Weird is the new normal. Okay? So that's how you handle it. All right, Humayara? I hope that worked for you. I hope you got something out of that. I need a break, people. I need a break. I'm going to take a break. So you know what to do. Open up your thermos. Share your hot chocolate. Open up your little flask. Share your little bits of brandy and whiskey and gin and vodka, whatever it is you like to sip on the side, on the quiet. It's okay. I understand you. Share that. Share that. All right? You guys, look at you. I'm glad you're sharing your stories with us, Marilyn. Yeah, that's good. All right. Well, I thank you. Thank you, Humayara. Thank you so much. All right. Hi, Liz. Good evening. Good evening. Good evening. And thanks for writing in the other day. I really enjoyed our conversation. All right, I'm just shuffling the cards, but I need a break. So let me put on some tunes for you guys. I know I'm getting a lot of help with the music now. It's going to, over the next year or so, the sound quality is hopefully going to improve. And there's going to be an album released, so you can get it anywhere. I'll just make a note. Hold on. I should have done that in the promotions earlier. Hold on, I'm going to get myself a beverage. It's getting late here, people. I need a little sip. Give me a moment. I'll be right with you. I need to chill. Cheers, everyone. This is my apple juice. Apple juice. Okay, I just thought of something. Terra Lumination now has TL merch. I was taught this word last week. We have this thing called Terra Lumination merch. So where is that stuff? Well, there's links on some of the videos, but for right now, until I figure out how to do it properly, I'll just tell you. There's a place, it's called Zazzle. And if you go to Zazzle.com and you look up Terra Lumination, you will find the Zazzle Terra Lumination store. And when you get to the store, you will find the TL merch. And it's beautiful, beautiful stuff. And right now, I mean, I like all the things. It's just a very limited selection of items. And what I was hoping that is if someone, whoever does it, whoever is the first person to buy a pair of those Terra Lumination leggings, I know for all you yoga ladies and joggers and so on, these leggings are going to dramatically improve your performance. Also, they're very good for your love life, and they make you feel extra super confident by about 33%. Okay? So whoever gets a piece of merch, I would love it if you could send a little snapshot or a picture, and maybe we'll put it on the Instagram thing. Maybe, you know, yeah, wouldn't that be cool? So anybody who gets a piece of merch, we'll put it on Instagram and we'll show the whole world. Okay? Show the world how cool you are with your stuff. So you get TL merch, TL stuff. Okay? So I don't have the way to show you right now, but there's going to be like a poster, a clock, a hat, the leggings, a watch, a beautiful silver pendant, and a healing pillow. All right? So go have a look. All right, people, I need a break. Give me a moment here. Okay, I just need a little break. Give me a moment. Stay there, people. Stay there. Okay, let's try this. Okay. If you wish for a simple miracle, if you wish, you can have one right away. All you need is some faith, is the will. Ask for it, and it will come to you today. Hey, hey. I want you to be oh so happy. I want you to be your higher self. Yeah. I want you to live and die laughing. Taste your dreams today. Taste your dreams this way. Yeah. Da 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 da. Da 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 da.
And if you wish to be in a state of grace, ask for it, and it will meet you face to face. And if you wish, if you dare to dream, you will find that it's easier than it seems. Hey, hey, I want you to be oh so happy. I want you to be your higher self. Yeah, I want you to live and die laughing. Taste your dreams today. Taste your dreams this way. Oh, da 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 da. La da 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 da, la da 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 da. La da 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 da, da 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 da. Oh, oh, yeah. I want you to be so happy. Yeah. I want you to be your higher self. Yeah, yeah. I want you to live and die laughing.
Laura, you're funny. Marilyn, you're funny.
Today. Taste your dreams this way. Taste your dreams this way. Taste your dreams today.
All right. All right. Let's see. I got to close that down. Okay. I had a little bit of a break there. Welcome. Good evening, Elizabeth. Elizabeth just arrived at the show by the look of it. And just letting you know that it's not time yet, but one day Elizabeth is going to be doing a talk with us here on the show about how to handle and how to live with extreme trauma, extreme disability, and still put a smile on your face and live another day. Okay? Because I know a lot of you have been dealing with the same thing. And Elizabeth happens to know a lot about this stuff. In fact, she has written a screenplay for a movie. And with any luck, the movie will happen. It's a very dense, serious story. And I hope you don't mind, Elizabeth, but I decided to share that with everybody. One day, we're going to actually talk about it here on the show. And speaking of disabilities, I'm very lucky to have recently met someone in New Zealand who is extremely disabled, as we would call it. You know, that's what they would be labeled as. I understand them because I have certain what people call disabilities myself. So it's pretty easy for me to relate with people who have disabilities. But anyway, I'm one of the plan. I just finished typing the letter. I haven't sent it yet, but it's going to go to my friend in New Zealand, and I'm hoping to bring her on the show. She's very, again, she's like Elizabeth. She has figured out ways to deal with extreme disability, extreme trauma, and put a smile on it. It's very, very inspiring for all of us, okay? And I know a lot of us have dealt with that each in our own way, but it's really nice to have those stories, real life stories, come into play so that you can realize you're not alone, okay? You guys, you're not alone. All right. Okay, let's give ourselves a little bit of room here. Let's see, what do we got going on? I need more room. Gets a little squashed here. Cards were well shuffled. I'm just going to the last second. All right, Tina, you're up. Here we go. Here we go. Just for fun, okay? Thanks for joining us tonight. I know I've seen your name here before. I know we don't know each other personally, but I know I've seen your name on the screen before a couple times. So I'm happy that you get your reading tonight. Here's the situation. Here's the challenge. Here's how we're going to handle it. Did I shuffle? Did I cut the cards? Did I cut the cards? Hold on. I need to know. Can anybody type in? Can anybody type in? Did anybody witness that I cut the cards? I did. Okay, I did cut the cards. I need to know. I don't want to shuffle them again. I believe I cut the cards. Oh, yes. Thank you, Indigo. Thank you. I'll go back. Same card. Situation, challenge. Here's how we're going to deal with it. And for Tina, what's the weather like? Okay. So with the Nine of Pentacles here, this to me feels really quite sweet right now. Okay. So it feels like, Tina, this is a time, this is a moment to acknowledge your unique self in your own ways without any apologies, and it's nothing to do with the Emperor card. It's much more to do with understanding your own self-worth, your own value, who you are. um, and it's like the circumstantial energy in very gentle, subtle ways is telling you, Tina, you are all that. Okay. You have certain gifts, talents, abilities, resources that are uniquely your own, that define you as you. And that's what makes you so cool. Yeah, you're maybe like, there's 7.5 billion people here on the planet, but there is no other Tina with the Capricorn moon exactly in the same place as you. So all the circumstantial energy here, what it's telling me is that it's okay to acknowledge this right now, and like almost like enjoy the moment. Let's just enjoy the moment, Tina, understanding how in your own way you're very lucky to be you, with everything that you have, everything that you've got, even including all your challenges and gifts, all your challenges. If you look at all your challenges as blessings that are like things that force you to have to grow and evolve and mature, that's valuable too. Okay. It's almost like the pain itself is a blessing. The suffering itself is a blessing. It's almost like you can't go wrong. Okay. And that's a very, to me, this is very good news for you, Tina. So if you're not feeling this, it's time for you to acknowledge this. Acknowledge your own unique identity, your own unique self, and how valuable you are in your own way, just to yourself and for your own private, personal, really reasons for being here on this planet, and your value to others. Okay? What's the situation? Well, maybe you're starting to see that happen. Maybe with the Three of Wands here, it's an indication that you're actually starting to see how all these weird things that we talk about in tarot illumination actually work. It's almost like, oh my gosh, that is so weird. It's so upside down. Love yourself first and foremost. Love you, love you, love you. Tina is, it's almost like if you've been watching the channel a few times, and we've said it a few times, be loving, be loved. Be loving, be loved. Okay. But also love yourself. Okay. Love yourself first so that you can be loving and be loved. You have to put, you have to seed the pot. You have to put the little, you have to love yourself first. Okay. It's so, so important. And do that like as like a little savings plan, almost like deliberately seeing, it's like you're seeing it in your life now, evidence in little tiny ways. When you do deliberately love yourself first, it puts you in a position to be, let's say, happier, more abundant, and more able to let's say, participate and be that loving person that you always wanted to be for others, and that others get from you. Okay. And my feeling here with the Three of Wands is you're starting to actually see that happen. You're actually starting to see how the processes of loving you first actually is truly the best thing for you to do on this planet. It is the number one most important thing for you to do on this planet. And even though that sounds weird, I know, okay? So what is the challenge with that? The thing is, you're already seeing the consequences of this working. So this is a puzzle to me. Okay, my feeling with the Devil card here is that even though you might be aware of this, what we've just been talking about, Tina, knowing that your own unique identity, your own unique self has a perfect right to exist this way, and that it is time to understand and acknowledge that, and that you're starting to see the consequences of, let's say, loving yourself first, and how this actually works, how it is, how love breeds love. Okay. And the challenge is being, like, let's say, seriously hooked on previous ways of being. Like if you have a long history of being a very, very subtle self-medicator, for example, like, like with tarot illumination, I'm a self-medicator in my own little ways. Every evening I have my little sip, you know every evening, and in the mornings I have my little rituals, and I have to take all these medications for my own conditions, and that's fine. But sometimes we take it too far. And if the challenge for you, Tina, is that you're kind of hooked on, let's say, or stuck or locked into or tied into circumstances, positions, relationships, people, very uh, hard to break habits. Like, for example, you might be slightly alcoholic, or you might be like a pot smoking weed junkie, or whatever it is, or you might be stuck in a relationship dynamic that actually inhibits all of this and in all of this. And so you end up in that paradox of humanity. And that is a very serious problem, because then you have to find ways, like, how can I acknowledge the circumstances? How do I understand that I have a right to be my own unique self, and to invest in myself and love myself first, and enjoy the consequences of doing that, while at the same time being deeply, let's say, bound to self-limiting behaviors, conditions, circumstances, people, relationships, jobs, inheritances, uh, whatever it is that's debilitating for you. That's a challenge. So how are we going to deal with that? Okay, courage. It's all, to me, it feels like it's a lot of this is to do with live and let live, which is going to take a lot of courage. I'm going to say a few things now, Tina, which might be offensive. I don't mean to offend you, but it just might be offensive language. I'm going to try and say it with language that's not fair. That's not offensive. If you, Tina, are in a position where you are really like starting to get this glimpse, this understanding about what this really, really means here with this Nine of Pentacles for you, and that you really do have the right to be you, you really do have the right to your independent self, your own ways of being, and you've already started to see what that feels like, and you know that, and you want that to continue, and yet there are some very serious obstacles in the way, binding agreements, binding attachments, relationships, whatever it is, that are very restrictive from you being this way. The way to handle it is understand that everybody and everything else in your life, in your world, that constitutes the binding that goes here, they have a right to that. They might think that they have a right to be how they are with you. Like if you're in a very binding, uncomfortable, or abusive relationship, or if you are self-abusive, if you are constantly self-medicating, and or something like that, or you're in a work, or whatever it is that's limiting you, it's the way to handle it. My feeling is to understand that those things are very real and they have a right to exist, and they are just simply expressing themselves. And then the question is, what do you do now? You maintain your posture, you maintain your courage, you maintain your awareness that you do have the right to be this way, and that you do have the right to enjoy the consequences of maintaining and enjoying your courage and investing in yourself for your own self-worth and self-benefit, to the point where eventually this is not going to matter anymore. Yeah, it might be a battle. Maybe you're fighting these battles deep internally. It's like a battle with yourself. And all I'm suggesting is here with this reading is that, please understand, Tina, you do have the strength. You do have the courage. You do have the ability to overcome any of this, all of this, because this is all, let's just say, at the very highest levels of evolution, this is all voluntary. In other words, this does not have to be. This is only happening because of consequence or uh, unconscious behaviors, and having allowed oneself or unwittingly fallen into deeply binding, limiting situations. But you have the strength and ability to release yourself from that. It's not going to happen overnight, but my feeling is that by just maintaining your courage and your existing awareness and hanging out with good people like here at Terra Illumination, you will prevail. You definitely have the courage at the deep soul level. It's just that you're dealing with a lot of limitations and obstacles and bindings that, you know, if you wanted to, you could let this own you and live a life of, let's say, just misery, defeat, surrender, like say, blaming everyone else for whatever is wrong in your life. All I'm suggesting is that you have the strength and the courage to overcome any and all of this, and you're releasing yourself from the bindings and allowing yourself to be you. Okay? All right, Tina, there you go. Thank you so much. I hope I didn't hurt your feelings. I'm just trying to do this for a public setting. This is not a private reading. We can go much deeper, and we can get really ugly if we have to. You know, uh, we can say whatever we want. But for now in public, this is, let's say, just for entertainment purposes only. All right. So there you go. I'm going to shuffle the cards again. All right, Tina, I hope I didn't hurt your feelings. Just please make the best of it, okay? If you need reinterpretations, there's some really good people here tonight who will help you, okay? So Angie, love, it looks like you're adopting some of the reading for yourself. That's okay too. Okay. Okay, I need I need another break, people. I'm starting to fizzle out. You probably figured that out. Give me a moment here. I think I might have one more reading left inside of me. How about this? Okay, go. Who has Sun in Pisces right now? Who has Sun in Pisces? Anybody here with Sun in Pisces? Anybody here with Sun in Pisces? I'm waiting. I know there's a delay on the show, but The first person who writes in, yeah, we do this on the honor system, okay? Please be honest here. Okay, so it's like a 30-second delay. So I'm allowing that. So your ex, okay. Pisces, okay. Gemini, okay. Thank you, Nora. Thank you, Giggle. Thank you, Renee. Okay. Anybody here tonight with a Pisces sun? Okay. Wow. Your moon, okay. Rising, okay. Okay. Evolution fairy. I'll dig all that. No one? That's very hard to believe. It's just very hard for me to believe here that tonight there is nobody here with a Pisces sun. Seriously? 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 That's freaky. Okay, then, okay, I'm going to scratch that. Who here has... Okay. Okay, we're going to do it. We're going to do ascendant. Who here tonight has their ascendant, their rising sign in Pisces? Okay, go. Who has their ascendant rising sign in Pisces? Anybody? All your exes, boyfriends, children, brothers-in-laws, nieces, nephews, your pet dolphin, your pet, your cat, your dog. No, this is for you. Anybody who has an ascendant Pisces rising. Pisces rising. Anybody? Evolution Fairy. Okay, you got it. You got it. You got it. Honestly, with a name like that, it's perfectly sensible, perfectly normal. Evolution Fairy. The Evolution Fairy. Okay, God love you. Evolution Fairy, you got a reading. There you go. Evolution Fairy is Pisces rising. So you're going to be really feeling this season right now with the Pisces sun, the Pisces Virgo full moon just a while ago, and the Pisces new moon coming up for you on March 17th, okay? It's your first time here, man. Well, Evolution, you got really lucky. There are people who've been coming here for months, for many, many months, and they still never got a reading. Lena, it's a huge delay. Don't worry about that. Okay, so we got it. Evolution Fairy, Pisces rising. Okay. I need a break. I need a break. People, give me Evolution Fairy. You're gonna have to wait because I need a little song break. Okay. So. Okay, we're not doing birthdays or anything, but I'm going to put a song on here. I hope I got it. It's a birthday song. Oh, I don't know if this is going to come up. Let me just see if this plays. Let me just see if it plays, first of all.
Okay, we are rolling. So, this is a birthday present for my sweetheart.
I hope you can hear this. It's called Wonder Ride.
It's called Wonder Ride. My dear, this is my birthday present to you. To celebrate the day that heaven made you. It's remarkable that we both found one another. The day we set out on our travels from transformation right with each other and each other's side. It soon became evident that we are both changing, and it's such a wonder ride, my dear. Yes, it's such a wonder ride. Hold on tight, hold on tight, tightly, my dear. And now that our journey starts to unfold in a multi-dimensional world of untold delights that truly defy the imagination, you naturally taken it upon yourself to document all the nuances that go to make up a story of extraordinary proportions. And it's all, whoa, such a wonder ride. Yes, it's all, whoa, such a wonder ride. Hold on tight, hold on tight, tightly, my dear. It's all, such a wonder ride, my dear. Yes, it's all, such a wonder ride. Hold on tight, hold on tight, tightly, my dear. So there you go. I hope she likes it.
I'm going to let it play again because I still need a break. I'm getting a little pooped out. I need more refreshment. And give me a moment here. Here we go. How can I put it?
Okay, we are rolling. So,
it's a new song for the channel. I don't think it's on the channel. It might be on the channel. Anyway, it's a new song, like I was saying. I wrote this for my sweetheart. I'm sharing it with you, and she does not mind. It's a birthday song for her. It's called Wonder Ride.
My dear, this is my birthday present to you. To celebrate the day that heaven made you. It's remarkable that we both found love. The day we set out on our transformation ride with each other and each other's side, it soon became evident that we are both changing, and it's such a wonder ride, my dear. Yes, it's such a wonder ride. Hold on tight, hold on tight, tightly, my dear. And now that our journey starts to unfold in a multi-dimensional world of untold delights that truly defy the imagination, you naturally taken it upon yourself to document all the nuances that go to make up a story of extraordinary proportions. And it's all, such a wonder ride, my dear. Yes, it's all, such a wonder ride. Hold on tight, hold on tight, tightly, my dear. It's such a wonder, my dear. Yes, it's such a wonder, hold on tight, hold on tight, tightly, my dear.
Okay. Okay, I needed a break. Thank you so much. Why are you got the sad face? Who got the sad face? All right. All right. Evolution Fairy, it's your turn. Here we go. All right, let's have a look. Let's have a look, people. Let's just do this. This is for fun. I know there's so many different ways we could do this show. I tried one live show and where we did like a little free reading for every sign. So I did 12 little mini readings and I was just obliterated by the end of it. I could hardly walk for the next day. I mean, you know, it's you would think it's easy just doing 12 little readings in a row, but it's not. It's actually a lot of work. So as much as I would love to do that, I keep wishing I could do that again. Like like every day, I could come on and do 12 little mini readings, one for each sign. It's just that my body can't take it. I don't have enough energy. I don't have enough stamina or whatever it is you're supposed to do that makes you into like a tarot reader to be able to do all that. But anyway, I do what I can. The thing is with Tarot Illumination, it's very, very tiny, and I'm really proud of this. I wish I could, you know, I'd love to make the channel much, much bigger so that there's a lot of people who can enjoy this. But it's still good for what it is right now because we're all working together anyway. And we've made it through a year. It's taken a whole year to get where we are now. And look where we are. This is pretty cool. It's actually pretty cool. Tina, thank you for that. I'm trying to do that because recently I've been getting almost like I'm getting so much support, so much encouragement. Like, hey TL, how about doing this? Or hey, what about doing this? Or TL, maybe if you did this, or maybe if you did that, it'll make it bigger and better. I get it. I love you guys. I really appreciate that. I'm thank you for the notes about Facebook, and thank you for the thing about Instagram and the merchandise and all these ideas about making Tarot Illumination tarot cards. I'm working on all of it. It's just that it's very, very slow, and I have limited time, limited resources to do all this. As much as I want to, um, I don't know why it takes so much work to do just this little tiny channel, but it does. So anyway, I'm not complaining. I love it. I really love doing this for you. And I want to grow it so that a lot more people can enjoy it and it becomes like this thing that feeds on itself, like it grows itself. Like right now, I'm trying to be like a good farmer, like a good parent, like a good dad, like a good foster parent, and treat Tarot Illumination like a little child. It needs a lot of care, needs a lot of attention, needs a lot of daily, you know, TLC, and just to keep it going as it is. But it's worth it. because I feel it from you guys. I know it. I feel it every day from you guys. All right, Evolution Fairy. What a great name. It's hard to not smile. All right, let's have a look. Don't worry, Evolution Fairy, because of your Pisces rising, if you've got asthma and things like that, it's probably all these like ailments and sicknesses. This would be perfectly normal right now for you to feel like CRAP or SHIT, because as lovely and soft and dreamy and artistic and universally loving that the positive Piscean energy can be, the 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 shadow expression of the Pisces negative energy can be very, very hard to handle. Disease, illness, self-defeating behaviors, confusion, chaos, loss, suffering, pain, persecution, hospitalization, just being undermined, being crippled, being just suffering. It's almost like suffering for humanity, like being a sponge. Piscean energy is so vulnerable. You're so vulnerable for being a sponge for everyone else's ailments. Like if they see you as the universal dumpster, they think, oh my gosh, Evolution Fairy, she's Pisces rising. That means we can dump all our trash on her. Wow, that's so cool. So that means we don't have to clean up our own trash. And then you're left with it, okay? That's one of the challenges of Pisces energy, okay? Especially if it's really strong inside of you. So anyway, we'll figure it out. Don't worry, Evolution Fairy, okay? What's this? What's this, Angie Love? What's that? Hold on. Oh dear. Oh dear, it's somebody's passing away. It's time for a group hug. What was it, Angie Love? Can you explain it again? Angie Love, please explain that again before we do Evolution Fairy reading. Please explain. What do we need to do here tonight, people? Angie Love, tell us. What's going on? Oh dear. What is it? So your friend's going to Brazil because her mom's dying right now? Right now? Oh. Oh, like we're talking right down to the last minute. Oh, so you want your friend to get there before her mom passes away. Her grandmother. Oh, okay. Okay, so it's kind of an emergency. I don't know how to help you except that just reach out, just grab whoever you can. Everybody give you a big love hug and pass that on. So if you can, Angie Love, if you can turn yourself into like a hose, turn yourself into like a nozzle, or think of yourself like take all of your energy, all of your power, move it into the core of the lower part of your stomach, the hara, your gut. Own that. Tighten up your derriere. Take a lot of deep breaths and ask for the healing power of love to fill your body from up above. Okay? Ask for the healing power of love to fill your mind from up above. Okay? Ask for the healing power of love to fill your heart from up above. Okay? Ask for your healing power of love to fill your soul from up above. And then you own that. Okay, you own that. Okay, Angie, and then you transmit that. You send that out there by your own volition, like you are a cell phone, and you press the send button on a message, and you send that love energy out there. Okay, just send it out there. Okay, it will help. It's real. It works. Okay, that's all. That's what you do. You take full advantage of all the power. Just grab it here from anyone here. Grab it in yourself. Grab all the healing power of love that you can get. Open your arms, reach up to heaven, open your arms and ask again. Ask for the healing power of love to fill your life and your whole mind, body, and soul from up above. Suck that in like a massive, massive funnel. Own it and then send it out like you are a garden hose. Like you are a garden hose. And you're not just sprinkling, but you're going like this. And send that, picture that in your imagination, and you're sending that to your friend who's flying out to Brazil right now. Okay? What, Marilyn? What, Marilyn? What's up? Marilyn, what's going on? Are you talking like a confession thing or what? Marilyn, it's something that we would have to deal with in private, I think. It might be a little bit too much to handle on this show tonight. It sounds like we're dealing with some serious, important stuff, okay? All right. We have to move on. All the best, Angie Love, okay? I just gave you the best tips that I can think of right now in an emergency. And, we're just going to send you the same thing and just load it up, fill your pockets, fill your brain, fill your heart, mind, body, and soul with all the love you can gather, and then shoot it out there like a laser beam, okay? And send it to your loved one who needs it right now, okay? Yeah, exactly, Primary Emergency Love Services, ELS. It's ELS, okay? That's what happens in hospice anyway. You go to the very last second and you stay there with someone at their moment of passing and you hold their hand, knowing that it's a very terrifying moment for some people, but it's also very beautiful because you're letting go of this world and you're saying hello to the next world. And it's very, very beautiful. I assure you, I have been there close enough many times myself, and I can assure you that there is nothing to fear. Okay? Okay. All right, Evolution Fairy, enough of, we have to move on. We're going to now move all the attention and energy towards Evolution Fairy and your particular reading for Pisces Rising. That's for you, Evolution Fairy. All right, here we go. This is just for you. This is just for you. Tina, can you write in tarotlumination.com? Go to tarotlumination.com and write to me. I have something I'd like to talk with you about, please. That's for you, Tina, T-E-N-A. I just saw something on the screen that I think we need to talk about. Okay. Evolution Fairy, what's going on? What's the situation? What's the challenge? How are we going to handle this? What's the weather like? Whoa, 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 whoa. It's okay. It's okay. Don't worry. Evolution Fairy, if you're feeling like hypersensitive right now, it would make perfect sense. If you're feeling like all the most delicate, most sensitive parts of your life right now are being lit up to the point where you kind of want to run away and hide, and yet there's nowhere to hide, there's nowhere to go. The only way out is through. Okay? If you, dear evolutionary fairy, could see your circumstantial energy right now as a blessing, as an amazing divine gift, where it's like being squeezed through a very, very tight nozzle, as painful as that might be, the whole point is it's taking you to a new place where you've never been before. And it involves having to go through the shadows, go through the pitch of the deep of the night, go through all your scariest, most what's the word? Undesirable directions in life. That's what's happening right now. That's what I feel for you right now, Evolution Fairy, and that's exactly how it's supposed to be. Everything is exactly as it should be. Why? Because it can't be any other way. That's just how it is. Those are the facts of life. That's a universal law, like the law of attraction. So, Evolution Fairy, if you're in a position right now where you feel like you're being squeezed in an involuntary way through a nozzle, which is scary, frightening, upsetting, which makes you want to hide in bed and pretend like nothing horrible is happening. Please understand that's exactly how it's supposed to be. And the whole idea is that you're supposed to be woken up to your fears and your shadows so that you can identify these things. I feel this is very closely aligned with the Pisces new moon on the 17th, and feeling the energy from the 17th of March up until the full moon, which is going to be on April the 15th. So what I'm asking you to do, Evolution Fairy, is pay really close attention from the new moon on March 17th up until the full moon on April, what did I say? Wait a minute, hold on. Okay, the new moon, okay. I'm asking you to pay, okay, let me start again. Evolution Fairy, my feeling here, the circumstantial energy I feel is it's very important for you to pay very close attention to what's happening with the lunar cycles right now. We're coming up to the Pisces new moon roughly on the 17th, okay? Mark that on your calendar, okay? 2 weeks later, we have the full moon, and that is going to be right at the very end of March on March 31st, and that's going to be an Aries Libra full moon, okay? Next, keep going. 2 weeks later, we have the new moon in Aries on the 15th of April. All I'm asking is you to pay very close attention to the lunar cycles over this time. It's really, really important for you so that you don't get lost. Understand this will be very subconscious energy. You'll be feeling it and feeling it and feeling it. You might not see it outwardly in your life. It's something that you would feel at a very deep intuitive level. Okay? And not to be scared of it, to understand that everything is exactly as it should be and that you need to become aware of these things. What's the situation? Okay, well, with the Seven of Swords here, my feeling is that in very, very classic Piscean uh, standards, you might have been living up to a point right now where you have been extremely successful at deceiving yourself, at fooling yourself, at getting away with all sorts of things in order to avoid this. And that's perfectly understandable. This is very hard energy to understand. It's very hard energy to deal with. And it's no wonder you'd be trying to find any kind of way to avoid having to deal with it by being sneaky or stealthy or just evasive or self-betrayal, betrayal of self, betrayal of others, just basically finding ways to get away with it so that you don't have to deal with your own evolution. All I'm suggesting here is that you are in a perfect place right now here tonight for like a wake-up call. This is a divine timing with the Pisces new moon, the Aries Libra full moon, and then the Aries new moon to get very, very deeply in tune with your most deep subconscious sensations here. And then bring that into your conscious awareness of how your evolution works out. Okay. The thing is, you might not want to do that. Okay. All I'm suggesting here, this is a really good time for this to happen. Be really like starkly aware. What's the challenge here? Okay. It's the mystery. It's facing the unknown. With evolution fairy, with Pisces rising, you are so very, very susceptible to the invisible forces around you that you can't control or that you can't understand. So it makes you incredibly vulnerable. And that's one of the beauties about Pisces that everyone else takes advantage of, because it's just like, ha ha ha, watch that, look. Evolution fairy has no idea that she is the universal dumpster. Everybody and all of us can dump all our crap there and she won't even know it. Ha 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 ha. But somehow or other, deep down, your soul knows this, and you know you have to grow out of this. So the challenge is the mystery. Understanding, accepting the mystery of yourself to yourself, and tuning into that. We're talking about super, super ultra high frequency energies here, which would be symbolic of the most highly evolved Piscean type of person you could imagine. It's very, very hard energy to handle. It's very hard energy to understand, okay? My personal feeling, I'm just sharing this with you, Evolution Fairy. This is just personal. I can't prove it with astrology or tarot or anything. My personal feeling is that super high frequency Piscean energy is the hardest energy to handle. I think it's even harder to handle than Pluto energy. Pluto energy is very hard to handle. The thing is that it's very brutal. It's in your face. There's no ambiguity with Pluto. It's just raw power. But with the Neptune energy, it's extremely slippery. Very, very slippery. You think you've figured it out, you've got it. Like, I figured it out. I've discovered all the causes of my own self-undoing, and I'm going to capture them and stop that. And you go, and then it just slips away. That's how hard it is to be and live with Pisces energy. Okay. So I'm not saying you have an excuse, Evolution Fairy. All I'm saying is the challenges that you face are extremely high, because it's just very hard to deal with high frequency, high evolution, positive expressions of Pisces energy. Basically, the ability to live with the confusion, the misunderstanding, and the not knowing of what's going on. And as a human being, we like to know what's going on. We like to know that we feel like we connected. But with this, my feeling here is that this energy can be so hard to handle that it's no wonder your situations would be like you want to do anything in any way you can to escape having to deal with the mystery of the unknown. Okay, so how are we going to deal with it? How are we actually going to deal with that? Okay, people, I think this is the third time tonight this little card has appeared. I don't know where, I can't remember, but I've seen it. I think at least this is the third time now. My feeling here with you, Evolution Fairy, is that this is about the way to handle it is understand that deep down you do have the strength, you do have the courage, you do have the capacity to deal with all the opposing forces, all the paradox of humanity, all the desire of yourself to escape having to be yourself, all the fear of the mystery, all of the fear of the unknown. You had the strength. There's no question about it. That's how you deal with it. You remind yourself that you do have it. You're grounded, you're present, you're conscious, you are here. You have the courage, you have the strength. Okay? Okay, you have that. And you know you can deal with it. It's just you need a reminder. Okay, that's all. That's all. It's in some ways it's so difficult. This is such a to me, this is an extremely difficult reading. Not difficult reading, but it's an extremely hard energy to handle. But I'm saying, Evolution Fairy, you do have the strength and you do have the courage, and that you will prevail. You will prevail. There's no doubt about it. If you need to go deeper, if you want help, you know where to go. Okay? Tarot Illumination is right here. We'll do whatever we can to help you. All right, Evolution Fairy. Thank you for showing up. It's been wonderful. It was an honor to read for you. I tried to keep it very open and wide and spacey and kind of like generic and not such a personal reading. But if I touched any nerves there, Evolution Fairy, I didn't mean to hurt you in any way. I'm just giving you the reading as I feel it, okay? There you go. Okay, Evolution Fairy, that's good. You're putting it in words, getting it out there. I see that. It's complicated and it's a long story. So there you go. It can be very, very confusing, like a very, very long Russian episodic crime drama. Okay? It gets really heavy and confusing. So Evolution Fairy, yeah, this is what we do here. I really thank you for showing up. I'm glad I got to read for you. And it's an honor and it is a pleasure. So let's hang out, people. Let's just start having some fun and hanging out because I'm wiped out. I'm wiped out. It's like we just did a 3-hour reading. I'm going to chill. I need to unwind a little bit. Hold on. I'm handing this all over to
through the ether. Laying up and around in our mountains, in our seas and our forests, with all of our stones, exploring one another, pushing our boundaries like new lovers. And you comfort me through the ether, and you tell me, I can tell that you're worried about me. And you assure me through the ether that we're okay. Everything is gonna be okay. And you're holding my hand all the way. La 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 la. Our innocence is becoming so apparent in our magnificence at the same time too. With your permission and our shared ambition, get the chance to discover our truth. And you comfort me through the ether, and you tell me I can tell that you're worried about me. And you assure me through the ether that we're okay. Everything is gonna be okay. But you're holding my hand all the way. But you're holding my hand all the way. Holding my hand all the way. Holding my hand all the way.
I'm going to let it play again because I'm trying to unwind now. I just want to hang out with you guys for a little while.
Through the ether.
Think of us all in the campground together.
Laying up and around in our mountains, in our seas, in our forests, with all of our stones, exploring one another, pushing our boundaries like new lovers. And you comfort me through the ether, and you tell me, I can tell that you're worried about me. And you assure me through the ether that we're okay. Everything is gonna be okay. But you're holding my hand all the way. Our innocence is becoming so apparent in our magnificence at the same time too. With your permission and our shared ambition, we get the chance to discover our truths. And you comfort me through the ether, and you tell me, I can tell that you're worried about me. And you assure me through the ether that we're okay. Everything is gonna be okay. But you're holding my hand all the way. And you're holding my hand all the way. Holding my hand all the way. Holding my hand all the way.
Okay. So I just saw something pop up on the screen. I'm not going to let myself get all emotional about this. I'm just trying to stay mellow. To me, it's actually a very, I'm very susceptible to other people's energy, so I have to be kind of careful. But I wanted to note something here tonight that in some ways I feel like I'm exploiting the situation, but also I feel it's a good thing that it needs to be noted that we have a guest here tonight called Angie Love. And she prayed for all of our energy, everything, all of us, everything that we had to be sent to her friend Claudia, who is flying to Brazil right now to be with their loved one who is passing away right now. And it's all about the journey of moving from this life here to the next life over the great beyond. Okay? And you don't have to worry. You don't have to worry. I can't remember who it was, like the grandmother, someone like that. I don't know what you said, Angie. I can't remember because the screen here is very, very limited. I can only see like 3 or 4, 3 people at a time or something, and it goes pretty fast. But I noticed that you said something on the screen, Angie, about saying thank you for everyone sending their love to you, to go to Claudia, to go on the trip to Brazil, to go to the loved one who is passing through tonight. Okay? It's a beautiful, beautiful thing. It's an absolutely the one of the most beautiful, most. Damn! Excuse me. It's one of the most beautiful, sacred, hallowed moments that we will ever experience, ever know. It's the birth of life, it's the end of life. Then there's everything else in between. And while we're here on this planet, this is the only thing that really counts. Okay? This is the only thing that really counts. Because that's the only thing that counts over there. Okay? Like it doesn't matter about your cars and your jobs and whatever, and how much pain you had or how much joy you had, or your awesome love life, or all the trauma of death and war. It doesn't matter. The only thing that counts is this, because that's what it really is about. It's a very beautiful, sacred moment when we move from here to here. And you will discover, well, I can't tell you because it's up to you to figure it out for yourselves. But ultimately, this is what it's all about. So bless you, Angie Love. I really thank you for reaching out and grabbing hold of every bucket of love that you could grab here tonight. Send it to Claudia, send it to Brazil, send it to the grandmother, the elder, whoever it is who's passing over. And I think it's all there. I think we're good to go. I think everything's going to be fine, okay? Everything's going to be okay. Everything is going to be okay. Everything's going to be okay. Everything is going to be okay. All right? And it's all happening through the ether. Okay? If you can get there in time to hold their hand, that's even better. Okay? Yeah. Thanks, Soul Son. Thanks. Sometimes we just need a reminder. So I'm just going to play another tune. I think we're going to play some tunes and just hang out until we're done. And then we can all go home and go to sleep and have a life and start the next week ahead. Okay, so. Okay. Yeah. Chasing Rainbow. I'm going to play a little song that I wrote. Okay. It's just a very simple song. And don't be ashamed to that we don't, that we're not, that we're not wasting our time here on Earth. Don't you worry about it. Okay. I know this is kind of a sad song in some ways, but we're not going to end. The night is not quite finished. Okay. So don't you worry.
Sun's rays shine upon me. Clouds are shifting, storms are clearing. Step out from your shadow and listen to the voices that you are hearing. There's a pot of gold standing there below. You're not wasting time chasing rainbow. Watch the rain raindrops glitter. See the seven colors shimmer. Walk out from your shadows and listen to the voices that you are hearing.
Ooh, together now.
There's a pot of gold standing there below. You're not wasting time chasing rainbows. May the spirits shine upon you in return for what you've given, and light the world around you, and cast the rays of hope that make it worth living. There's a pot of gold standing there below. You're not wasting time chasing rainbows. You're not wasting time chasing rainbows. You're not wasting time chasing your rainbow. You're not wasting time chasing your rainbow.
So, I don't play that song too much because it gets people a bit teary. I get a bit teary and things like that, but it seems like a good night to play it. Thanks, Angie, love. And I hope everything works out. Yes, Liz, it is a crystal pointer. It's that funny kind of weird crystal that if you put it in water for long enough, it'll just dissolve into nothing. Okay? It's just made out of nothing. It's nothing special. These are my tissues because I use these a lot. As you can probably tell, this box is empty. Hold on. Let me just see. Huh? There's a few more left in here. I keep these for private readings. I keep these for private readings. Can you believe that? There you go. Anyway, so let's have some fun. Let's hang out. Let's just chill out for the evening. Stay there. I'm just gonna hang out. Just do all the silly stuff that we do at the end of the show. I'm gonna do hey-o, just for fun, to cheer everybody up, and accept that we're all miserable. So tonight, I would like you to imagine Terra Illumination in drag. Okay, Terra Illumination in drag. Okay, let's just do that. Imagine in drag. Okay. Now I wrote this song because I had to, because I met all these women who were in such dire straits. And then I found this amazing singer, and she sang the song for me. But it's really my song for you guys. And guys, forget about the gender. You know, you probably had a past life where you were a girl. Okay, so just get used to it. Okay, just because you have hairy legs and weird things between your feet, between your thighs, that's just for this lifetime. But the chances are you've been a girl in another lifetime, and for all the ladies, the chances are you've probably been a guy in another lifetime. So don't take the gender too seriously. Let's just focus on the fun right now, okay? There you go. It's called Hey Yo. Let's go. Pretend this is Terra Lumination in drag, okay?
It was one of those days where everything goes wrong. My hair fell out, my heel broke off. I slipped through my alarm. I missed the bus to night school. My stalker walked me home. I sprayed his face with mace and then he left me all alone. Tonight, I'm gonna dance my stress away until the break of daylight. You may not wanna dance with me, but I wanna dance with you. A lot of my relationships, they end up in the ditch. So I'm getting counseling for being another trouble bitch. The doctor's pills he gave me, they make me trip and fall. So if you are the man you say you are, you let me prove it all. Tonight, I'm gonna dance my stress away until the break of daylight. You may not wanna dance with me, but I wanna dance with you. Fashions and manicures, the break solutions, the pets, the bags, the fancy racks, the empty substitutions. All I really need is to make it runs me on my shoulder. Takes me naked in the ocean, loving me with the world. Tonight, I'm gonna dance my stress away until the break of daylight. You may not wanna dance with me, but I wanna dance with you. Getting tattoos on my ass and up and down my arms could get me into trouble, leaving me rejected. Then again, pretending I'm superior like they all do. There is no guarantee that I will be accepted. Tonight, I'm gonna dance my stress away until the break of daylight. You may not wanna dance with me, but I wanna dance with you. Tonight, we're gonna dance the stress away until the break of daylight. You may not wanna dance with me, but I wanna dance with you.
Oh boy. Oh boy. There we go. Wow. I'm gonna play it again. I hope you don't mind, people. Do you mind if I play that again? Because I really kind of I go back over there behind the desk in the other part of the office, and I dance. I dance. That's how I heal myself, people. I dance. Okay. So if you don't mind, thank you, Jake. Thank you so much. Much appreciated. There we go. I'm gonna play this whole thing again. Okay, here we go. Just for thrills. Just for fun. I like playing this one. Where is it? Okay, something's wrong with the tape. There it is. I'll put the lyrics up properly.
Where everything goes wrong. My hair fell out, my heel broke off. I slipped through my alarm. I missed the bus to night school. My stalker walked me home. I sprayed his face with mace and then he left me all alone. Tonight, I'm gonna dance my stress away until the break of daylight. You may not wanna dance with me, but I wanna dance with you. A dance my stress away until the break of daylight. You may not wanna dance with me, but I wanna dance with you. Fashions and manicures and pretty solutions, the pets, the backs, the fancy backs, the empty substitutions. What I really need is a man that throws me on my shoulder, takes me naked in the ocean, let me bring him home. Tonight, I'm gonna dance my stress away until the break of daylight. You may not wanna dance with me, but I wanna dance with you. Getting tattoos on my ass and up and down my arms could get me into trouble, leaving me rejected. Then again, pretending I'm superior, acting all there is no guarantee that I will be accepted. Tonight, I'm gonna dance my stress away until the break of daylight. You may not wanna dance with me, but I wanna dance with you. We're gonna dance the stress away until the break of daylight. You may not wanna dance with me, but I wanna dance with you.
Okay, enough of this silly nonsense. What ridiculous nonsense we do here on this channel. How bizarre is that? Okay, we're gonna wrap it up now, like we usually do. Just gonna wrap it up, put out the usual say goodnight to everybody song. Okay, gonna light it all up. It's showtime. It's the end of the show. You know the drill. We've done this before. So let's just do it. Cheers, everybody. Thank you for showing up.
Say the word, share the word, speak the word, dance the word, say the word, praise the word, feel the word, love the word, live the word, vibrate the word, shake the word, hug the word, breathe the word, whisper the word, sign the word, love the word, sing it out, sing the word, chant the word, speak the word, dance the word, say the word, praise the word, feel the word, love the word, live the word, vibrate the word, shake the word, hug the word, breathe the word, whisper the word, sigh the word, love the word, sing it out, sing the word, chant the word, speak the word, dance the word, say the word, praise the word, feel the word,
Good night, primary. Good night. Good night, Michael. Good night, Lena. Good night, Liz. Good night, Giggle. Good night, Indigo. It's been a true pleasure. Give the word, love the word, vibrate the word, shake the word, bring the whisper, sign the word, love the word, sing it now. Good night, everyone. It's been a real pleasure. It's been a real pleasure having you over. I love sharing your energy. You sharing your energy with me, I get the chance to share with you. Good night, Nina. See you soon. Good night, Jasmine. Good night, Stephanie. Good night, Fritali. Good night, Fritali. Hey, Ivona. Good night, Ivona. Good morning, Ivona. Wahe Guru Taro. I get it. Wahe Guru. Yeah, I get it. Wahe Guru. Yeah. Yeah. I get it. Good night, Wahe. Good night, Jasmine. Thank you, Jasmine. You rest well too. Bye-bye. So that's it, folks. Thank you so much. It's been a lovely evening. Thank you for sharing. I know there's only a couple of folks left in the room. Good night. See you soon. Rest well. Love yourself. Okay, bye-bye.